here quickly. We were asked yesterday, like good, great, elite. Where would you grade the Broncos? Elite defense, for sure.
Yeah.
I said, and then Cecil can answer, of like, I'm at good with tiptoeing around great, maybe on the verge of great. I think you're too inconsistent in two places. You're coaching your quarterback to call you a great offense. What they've done the last 5 quarters, what Sean's game plan against Dallas, that was elite. But I need more of that before I can get off of my good grade and go to great.
Man, I'd say, what's up, boys?
What's up?
I'd say good for a lot of the reasons that you just sort of touched on. Like, Denver, Colorado has seen what great looks like offensively, right? You go back to 2013, 2012, even 2014. Those were great offenses. Now, they happen to be some of the great offenses of all time, but also in your own division, Kansas City has had great offenses. And I think that the Broncos are still very much a work in progress. Defense is great, but I can't put the great label on a team that, guys, I mean, so we have 4 quarters against Dallas. That was the one complete game of the year. We have a fourth quarter against the Giants and a half against
Philly.
A fourth quarter against Philly.
Fourth quarter against Philly. And maybe a half against Indianapolis, was it? Where both threw 3 touchdowns, I think, in the first half. So, I mean, it's almost halfway point of the year. And I can recall the quarters. That's not necessarily healthy. But look, five wins in a row. And I told Phil this yesterday. We've all been on the air when we're covering 5 wins over the course of a season, and that was 2017. The Broncos just won 5 games in consecutive order.
Right.
So it's not hating, but to say they're not great, but they're good, maybe really good.
Well, and who is great in this league?
Right.
I can't say. Don't get offended. I don't say Buffalo's great.
No, not at
They're
all.
like very good. I wouldn't say the Colts are great. They're probably the closest we have. I can't say the Lions are. I can't say the Chiefs are. The Ravens scare me, even with 2 wins. I don't want that team. Steelers are a fraud. They're a total fraud.
Yeah,
Get them
I
out of
agree.
here.
I agree.
If the Ravens get hot and win that division, it's lookout time
what about the
for
Chiefs?
everybody. They're
Chiefs?
not great. They're
they
in
don't
the
scare
very
you?
good category.
I think they're on their way. Like I said, the Broncos can be great with a couple more weeks of consistency. I'm worried about who the Chiefs are becoming.
And
right
if
now.
you sit on your hands for this trade deadline and the Chiefs get Breece Hall, which is what the scuttlebutt is, might just be rumors.
Love that word.
But if they, you have to be buyers because I don't think there's a gap. But if you want to separate yourself and create the gap, you do it by adding talent. If Kansas City gets Breece Hall, God.
But then, Cease, the buyers, who do we want? Who do we need?
David Njoku.
So you want to go for a tight end?
Yeah, the rumblings are wide receiver. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense.
I don't want any offensive players.
You got rid of
debated
Devon
that
Vele
today.
to let your young guys play. They're playing well, and you're going to go get another receiver?
You know what?
To confuse the room?
You know what the addition at the trade deadline should be? Using your tight end. Unlock Evan Ingram. That's the addition that Sean can make. And what would that do for
Unlock
this
Evan Ingram by calling him David Njoku.
What's Njoku's contract situation?
I'd have to look. I think he might have another year left.
Okay.
That's just off the top of my head.
Because he's on a big money deal.
If only we had
a tight end.
If we had a computer.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll find out real quick.
But I mean, his talent is real.
And Evan Ingram, I wouldn't say buyer's remorse for Evan Ingram, but it's clear after 8 games he's just not like the Giants version or 2 years ago Jacksonville version. He's not that guy anymore, which is fine. It's father time.
But if you're getting a tight end, you're going to have to give something up for Njoku. You're going to have to give.
You got a 4th rounder for Vele.
You think that you're
send a
just gonna
4th
give him
rounder for
fourth?
Njoku?
What if they say, hey, would they take Evan Ingram? Would you trade Evan
No.
No.
You keep Ingram.
Yeah.
Njoku basically would be like Troutman plus because he can block and he can catch.
He's on the last year of his contract.
Okay.
He's a UFA after this season.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, so it would kind of make sense if you think that you can go win the Super Bowl, and clearly Sean does. I mean, adding a rental, you don't want to depart with that draft pick because that draft pick, the tread on the tire is years in advance, and this would be more of a rental. But I don't know, man. If you think that you can go win the Super Bowl and you're deficient at tight end, which they are now because of injury or just lack of production. Man, it's something that you would have to honestly explore. You would have to. Man, he can go. And then you're like, if Evan Ingram's your secondary tight end, I mean, you have one of the best 2 tight end combinations like Baltimore does, like Buffalo does, like some of these elite teams that have.
Do they find themselves in the field at the same time? Because how much he trusts Adam Troutman?
Yeah, because you don't need a Troutman anymore. If you have Njoku and Ingram, they're on the field at the same time.
Now you're speaking my language. You don't need Troutman
See,
anymore.
but
I'm
the thing
intrigued.
about Troutman is like they trust Troutman. They trust Troutman in the run game. They trust him in the red zone.
They do.
I don't believe that Sean's going to part ways with Adam Troutman.
They trust him to run pick plays.
Yeah, they trust him to do a bunch of stuff, which I understand why he's been with Sean for a very long time. You're with the Saints.
Yeah.
He blocks his ass off. Like, he does the little things right. He's just not explosive, and we know that. It's interesting for you, Cease, because I would have thought you would have said receiver.
No,
Even
I
after
actually don't
seeing
like
what
the
Troy
receiver
Franklin
talk.
Did, even after seeing what Marvin Mims, by the way, concussion protocol for Marvin Mims. Let's see what happens with that.
He
My
took
man
a
got
shot.
hit pretty hard.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, that was a targeting.
Which shouldn't have been in the game, and at least Sean recognized that.
Yeah, so like I'm just surprised.
I don't like the wide receiver talk.
Outside?
I like the young guys playing. Like, you have feed Court, and then let the young guys continue to develop.
But are the young guys enough to get over the hump, to get over the top?
But
Isn't this about Super Bowl right
When
now
are they
for
going to
us?
get a chance to get over the hump if you bring people in to impede their progress?
I want to win now. There will be time. That's why they're on a four-year deal. I want to go and add more weapons for Bo, because now you add more weapons for Bo Nix and Sean Payton. There's no more excuses, because you still have people on the fence of, hey, is Bo a franchise quarterback or is he not? Well, you add another premier receiver, let's just say, to go with Cortland Sutton, and yet you don't get the job done. Then we can start having those questions again or discussion about, hey, Bo Nix has more at his disposal, and yet he's still not doing anything with the weapons that they added.
So just to be clear, you want them to add receiver?
Yes, yeah. I'm okay with them adding another receiver for this year. I don't know what that looks like. Somebody that can come in and push Troy Franklin to be more consistent, push Marvin Mims to be more consistent, or even for Marvin Mims, it's for Sean to say, hey, like, look, don't worry about doing the receiver work. You're going to be more that gadgets guy and only a gadgets guy, because we have a true receiver, too, that we can count on, so that Cortland Sutton has a little bit less pressure put on him.
Man, well, I'll say this. If they don't, and my assumption is they won't at receiver. My assumption is that they won't.
Right.
Pat Bryant is coming. Pat Bryant's coming.
Oh, I disrespect.
I hear his footsteps.
I disrespected Pat Bryant after giving him the game ball yesterday.
And I remember saying to you in the preseason that my expectation for Bryant was much like Vele, a slower start and then an expanding role throughout the season, and it's happening right in front of our eyes. It's happening right in front of our eyes. This guy has done all the blue-collar stuff to earn the opportunity or the reward, if you want to use that word, to get some targets. And he has earned the trust, I think, of his teammates, and Sean Payton took another triple jump in that direction on Sunday.
Do you trust Pat Bryant at this time? This window.
I mean,
6-2, we got to keep rolling. There was context we talked about yesterday with the Dallas Cowboys and how the defense was horrible, but also with the defense for the Dallas Cowboys, he had a bunch of guys missing, a bunch of practice squad guys that were starting that game.
Yeah. Well, I just, you said, do you trust them right now? It's impossible to have the level of trust that we'll ultimately have, I think, over time, but I am so curious to see more. That's where I'm at with Pat Bryant. Like, I want to see more opportunities for this young man who you made a Michael Thomas comparison less than 6 months ago. So, but I'll tell you what, these are really fun conversations, talking about adding to the roster, the deadline, could they go receiver, tight end? These are really healthy conversations. That's what happens when you have the longest win streak in the NFL and are number one in your division. All right, shifting gears here a little bit. I want to talk about Bo Nix and some of the revelations here as of late with the young signal caller, and we'll do that next.
The Broncos followed up their magical finish last week with a dominating win over the Cowboys. Have Sean Payton and Bo Nix finally shown what Denver's offense is truly capable of? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
What's going on, everybody? Phillip Lindsay here with the one and only Williams Jewelers. And guys, I know there's at least 50 of you guys listening right now who are thinking about popping the question. And you need a diamond. I'm going to save you some time and money right now by telling you this. You need to go see my jeweler, Williams Jewelers, for that perfect diamond engagement ring, the ultimate holiday gift, or just because that special someone deserves it. This holiday, imagine the finest jewelry legends all in a store where they treat you just like family. and their service is going to reflect that. So come shop the finest loose diamonds in Denver. They have every size, shape, and price range you can imagine in the largest selection of engagement ring settings I've ever set eyes on. And not only are they going to share the secrets of the business with you, they're also going to give you the best price in Colorado, guaranteed. So make Williams Jewelers the priority, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche, Denver's first family of fine jewelers, located in Cherry Creek North on 3rd Avenue, and also in Inglewood at Broadway in Bellevue. And don't forget to let them know that Phillip Lindsay sent you.
Dan owed an unbelievable amount of money to the IRS.
I got behind on my taxes. It's a horrible feeling.
He was in denial.
And when I got those letters from the IRS, you wanted to act like they didn't exist.
Finally, Dan turned to Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $1 billion for their clients.
Optima got me a settlement with the IRS. These people are really people-friendly. It was every bit of a new lease on life for me.
The fast action and the great results made Dan's head spin.
I felt like I was in a dream, but it's real, and I have paperwork to prove it. They got the job done, and life is good.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation.
If you're worried about what's going to happen with the IRS, stop worrying. Make the call now.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Advent Health is Littleton's home for highly specialized, life-changing heart care. From preventive screenings to personalized treatment options, it's heartfelt care from expert hands. The Advent Health Heart and Vascular Institute is now open, ready to provide wholehearted care for your whole health.
For many of us, it's happened before. Your hair is thinning, crowns disappearing. Maybe the hair loss has you feeling your identity is lost altogether. The solution that worked for me, it's an incredible yet simple one-day treatment that starts growing your own natural hair the very next day. And it's guaranteed to grow for life. It's the Advanced FUE from Advanced Hair. We've all seen the pills and lotions that come with monthly subscriptions. They help retain what you have, but what if you want your own natural hair permanently in specific areas? From Advanced Hair's state-of-the-art facilities to world-class Dr. Tanya Paul's, it's not maybe your hair will regrow, it's guaranteed that your new hair will grow. You decide how much, how thick, and where. It's why Advanced Hair is the winner of Westward's Best of Denver. For your free consultation, $250 off and 250 free hair grafts, call 720-459-HAIR. That's 720-459-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
Fall means football, and at Postman Law, we know winning matters. Our attorneys have won more than $3 billion for our clients, delivering the results they need when life gets tough. Car crash, workplace injury, serious accident. We know the insurance company's playbook, and we're here to help rewrite it for you with speed, ease, and results. Call 844-POSTMAN or visit postmanlaw.com. Others promise. Postman delivers. This is attorney advertising.
Football is here, and Fitness Gallery's fall football sale is your playbook for a winning home gym. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit any of our 7 stores from Denver to Fort Collins and score big before the sale ends.
Stay up to date on the Broncos with our 9 News Broncos insider Mike Kliss. Presented by Fitness Gallery. Hear the latest from every practice and every game every single week during football season. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
Off and rolling here on a Tuesday, October 28th, and I am all kinds of fired up to be here with you, Mr. Phillip Lindsay. How the hell are you?
Woo! Anytime I do that, I'm great.
Let's
Zach.
go.
Tuesday?
Let's go.
Victory, I'm going to call it Victory Tuesday.
Call it whatever you want.
Good. I'm still feeling good about the damn Denver Broncos and what they're doing, what they're bringing to the table. But I'm doing good, man. Got to get up in the morning and take my son to school. One of my biggest things with my son that I've noticed, is my biggest pet peeve with him. He eats so slow. I have to tell Phil to eat about 15 times before school. I have to tell Phil to eat dinner about 20 times before bed. And it's like, son, just eat. Because at some point, you're not going to be able to eat during school, and you're going to be very hungry, and you're going to make yourself late.
Dude,
I'm trying to get you there.
Just let the natural consequence happen. Don't say anything. Let him get hungry.
His mom won't do that. His mom will drive up to the school.
Oh.
And be like, hey, baby, do you need another sandwich?
No. So you're gonna learn. You're gonna learn here.
You're gonna learn today.
The best kind of the best kind of lessons are ones that you learn for yourself.
Yeah.
You know.
Right.
So eventually he'll figure it
Right,
out.
I should just turn the stove on, right? Go ahead, son. Go ahead. Put your hands right there on the stove. Yep. That's gonna teach you.
Oh my gosh. Well, we have a lot of ground to cover today. It's a beautiful day in Colorado, and feel lucky to be in here doing this job with you today. A lot of content to get to. And I want to talk about Bo Nix here at the start, and then shift gears to the news here within the last 24 hours with the Broncos. But Bo Nix, and I heard Cecil and Dover talking about this maybe 30, 40 minutes ago. Bo Nix, it looks like he is moving in the right direction when it comes to facing blitz in the NFL. And this is something that, every quarterback is going to be on their own journey with this, subject. And I also don't want to get carried away, though, on the sample size, because we're going to be reacting to 2 games. And it was Luca Evans from the Denver Post who put this out there, so I want to give him credit. But in the last 2 weeks, when young Bo Nix has been blitzed, he is 11 of 17 for 65% completion rate, 159 yards, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and a traditional quarterback rating of 135. It's hard to be much better than that with realistic expectations than Bo has been in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, Bo has done a phenomenal job of identifying coverages, identifying the blitz, probably saying, hey, guys, let's flow to this side. Let's find a way to get more blockers on the left side because I know the blitz is coming our way. And when you're able to identify that blitz, process what you need to do and understand that, okay, if I know a blitz is coming to the left side, then maybe I'm able to get a quick ball off on the left side because there's nobody guarding that receiver. So it's just the knowledge of understanding the scheme, knowledge of understanding that there's going to be defenses that are going to try to disguise the blitz in zone coverage because Bo has struggled in the past.
Sure.
But once he identifies it, once he's comfortable and confident back there and saying, you know what, I know what's coming because we've repped this 100 times during practice. Now he's playing fast. Now he's able to move that ball. Maybe it's like, hey, now I can hand the ball off because I know that we're running into a blitz. But if we pick up this blitz, then J.K. Dobbins can gash for another 25 yards, 30 yards, maybe even a touchdown. It's just understanding the game, understanding these defenses, which takes time for a young rookie, second-year quarterback. He was a rookie last year, second-year quarterback for Bo Nix. And it's going to continue to take time. There's going to be games where he's going to see a coverage or a blitz coming his way, and he hasn't seen it before. That's fine. Keep it in the back of your head. Go back to the drawing board. Ask Davis Webb to help you out the next time you see it. Dissect that blitz like Tom Brady would love to do, Peyton Manning love to do, and you go from there.
Yeah, and a lot of this stuff is just like anything else in life. Time on task.
Yeah.
Time on task. The reps, the library of, your NFL existence. And with every passing down and every passing series and every passing quarter and every passing half and every passing game, you're just going to keep on stacking these moments. And I'll use the word library again, these library of moments that eventually 7 weeks from now, 7 years from now, you get to build off those moments through experience. There's nothing like experience in this life.
But also, Zach, it's trusting the process. Trusting what Sean Payton has to offer when it comes to his game plan. Trusting the offensive line and the running backs. For example, Bo Nix's first touchdown pass to Troy Franklin. Mm-hmm. It was on a zone blitz. Bo Nix saw the zone blitz coming, but he didn't panic. He didn't try to get out the pocket. Like, he stood there. He let J.K. Dobbins move over there, pick up that blitz, and Bo Nix was able to step in, climb the pocket a little bit, step up, set his feet, and he had a beautiful pass to Troy Franklin for that touchdown. That's trusting your process. That's trusting the line and your running back. And the more that you can do that, the better off you're going to be. That was just like when I talked about Matt Ryan, and he would test us. He would test us before the game because he wanted to know if we understood the blitzes that were going to come our way. He wanted to know if he needed to be concerned in the pocket or if he could trust that we were going to get the job done so he can set his feet and be able to step into the throw and make a really good throw to move the chains.
Well, you love to see it. It's a 2-week sample size.
Yeah.
It's a 2-week sample size, but it's healthy and it's encouraging. And I don't want, especially with Bo here, because we talk about Bo so much, don't we?
Let's Bo.
But he's the quarterback of the Denver Broncos. The heavy is the head. This is what comes with this. I love this phrase in life, and I was thinking about it yesterday because of something totally unrelated to football. Don't let perfect be the enemy of really good. Don't let perfection be the enemy of really good or great. And Bo has been really good through the first 20-something games of his NFL career, right? We're not looking for perfect. It's
He'll
football.
never be perfect.
No, it's football. It's football. So I think right now, for where we're at in this journey, I'm just enjoying it. And I'm watching the growth. I'm watching the development. And hopefully many years from now, we're looking back at these games, these quarters where the Broncos offense is a slog. And it's like you remember that? You remember when the butterfly was a caterpillar, type of deal? And that's the hope.
Right, Zach, you're right. Like 2 years from now, Bo Nix is going to look at this defense or a defense out there and say, oh, I know what's coming. He's going to look just like Aaron Rodgers. I would never forget playing against Aaron Rodgers. Now, yes, I wasn't on defense, but I was sitting there watching Aaron Rodgers dissect our defense.
Yeah.
Tell our own defense what they were going to do.
Yep, that's Rodgers.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, come on the blitz. I know you're coming, so you don't even have to disguise it. Just come. I know you're coming. Well, sure enough, we're coming on the blitz on the side he's telling us to come from.
Yeah.
That's because he has played so much football and watched so much film that you can't throw anything at this man anymore. That's going to be Bo Nix because he wants it, because he's dedicated to his craft, because he's dedicated to this game. It just takes time.
Yep, and that's why even though we kind of split hairs and I'm still waiting for more time to give him that label of franchise quarterback, I'll always bet on someone who is wired like Bo Nix, who is desperate to get better.
Well, buddy, the bus has already left. I backed up about 3 times.
Bus hasn't left yet.
And you said no.
Because I'm right with Bo. Bus can't leave without Bo.
I keep telling
I'm
you,
standing
Bo.
next to Bo at the bus stop.
How are you standing next to Bo when he's sitting there with me? All right, I'm in the driver's seat. He's in the passenger seat. And Zach by?
You're driving the bus now.
Oh, I'm driving.
It's not even Bo. It's not even Bo. Well, here's the deal, and I know this is a bit of cherry picking. I know this is cherry picking, okay? Because Bo Nix struggled in Week 1 against the Titans. He just did. Yeah. He threw the ball 40 times and for 176 yards. Had a touchdown, had multiple interceptions, had a QBR of 16. Just wasn't good. But if you throw that out and you look at Bo Nix since just Week 2, 17 touchdowns, that's the second most in the National Football League. 1,780 yards, 1,780 yards, sixth the most yards thrown in the NFL. 7 sacks taken, that's the fewest in the NFL. So he's on his way, man. He really is, and I just love to see it.
The franchise junior. You know I can't call him the franchise. That's Floyd's name. Franchise junior.
I thought you tried to take it from Floyd. You literally tried to put it in the copyright.
That's why I said junior.
No, it's taken. All right. What kind of ripple effect will be felt within the Broncos as they move forward without their best player? That's next.
The Fan Flyaway is back, presented by 303 Law 4040. Save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. To kick off 2026, Denver Sports 1043 The Fan is sending you to Phoenix for the biggest party in golf. Airfare, hotel tickets, and $500 in spending money, all included. Head to thefanflyaway.com to register. That's thefanflyaway.com. Denver Sports 1043. The Fan.
Hey, what's up, guys? Zach here on behalf of the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, talking to you men out there about maybe one of the your least favorite phrases. That's erectile dysfunction. But what's more uncomfortable than actually hearing the phrase ED is living with it and the real-world consequences that ED can have on your relationship, all right, on your own self-confidence. Your partner can sometimes blame themselves. Guys, don't let any of that happen. ED is a medical condition. And like most other medical conditions, it's treatable. And I'm talking about treatments with success rates well over 90% at the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, all right? So schedule a consult, all right? That initial visit is just $99. That includes a medical consult with a Colorado licensed medical provider, a T and PSA test, and if medically advised, a test dose. It's real simple, guys. If the test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is completely free. There's literally no downside. They have an expert staff, 5 locations in Colorado to serve you. So stop living with ED. Call them at 720-440-7900 or visit them online at RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
How good does it feel to let go of 82 pounds in just 16 weeks? And I feel free. Soda Weight Loss is the #1 weight loss company in America for client satisfaction and results.
In 16 weeks, I lost 82 pounds because I had learned how to eat smarter. And that's what soda does. They don't just help you lose weight fast, they help you keep it off with habits that last a lifetime.
No hunger, no shots, no guesswork.
You probably saved my life. I mean, I was 30 pounds overweight. I went on soda, and now I'm healthy, and I just got off my blood pressure medicine and my cholesterol medicine, and that is amazing to me.
With Soda Weight Loss, you get real support to help you let go of the weight for good. And now it's easier than ever. Join Soda Weight Loss now, and your partner joins for free. Visit sodaweightloss.com. That's SOTA weightloss.com.
Soda is, say it with me, state of the art.
You could save thousands of dollars on the products your business uses the most with the Home Depot's new Pro Extra Preferred Pricing. Registering is free and easy. Just have your tax ID or business or contractor's license ready. But don't wait. The current preferred pricing benefit will end on November 15th. Visit your local Pro Desk to register now and unlock the deepest savings on the products you choose.
It's the Medicare Advantage annual enrollment period, and Humana knows not everyone has the same needs when picking a Medicare Advantage plan.
Now that I'm retired, I want to enjoy the life I've worked hard to build. So I want a plan that covers me when I'm traveling the country.
Humana has a plan for that.
As a veteran, I want a plan that fills in the gaps my VA coverage doesn't provide, like dental care.
Humana has a plan for that.
I feel good about my health. I just want care and coverage with predictable costs. No surprises.
Humana has a plan for that. With a Humana Medicare Advantage plan, you get coverage and benefits that focus on what matters most to you. Learn more at gethumana.com. Humana, a more human way to healthcare. Humana is a Medicare Advantage HMO and PPO organization with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in any Humana plan depends on contract renewal.
Is your financial advisor offering you up to a 30% upfront bonus? Or are they promising you up to 10% growth per year, all for your retirement income? If not, then you need to come to Trajan Wealth. I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. If you have a plan to retire within the next 10 years, don't wait only to find out it's too late. I've seen hardworking folks like you retire only to be required to go back to work, all because their advisor told them guarantees like these were too good to be true. They're not. That's up to $30,000 upfront or up to $10,000 per year on $100,000, all guaranteed for retirement income. Don't keep working when you're supposed to be retired, and don't let any financial advisor tell you it's too good to be true. Call Trajan today, 720-204-8100. That's 720-204-8100.
Annuities, not advisory products. DBA Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
What is up, guys? Phillip Lindsay here, and I want to tell you about my new obsession, and that's with Daisy's French Onion Dip. One of my guilty pleasures during football season is eating dips with chips, wings, and veggies while watching any big-time game. And now that Daisy's has come out with a delicious Daisy French Onion Dip, along with a Daisy Ranch Dip, guys, these are definitely game changers that you're not going to want to miss out on. They're as delicious as a homemade dip, and they're made with real herbs and spices and other ingredients that you can find in your own kitchen. So if you want to be blown away like I was, then give Daisy's French Onion Dip a try today. You can find Daisy's French Onion Dip at a grocery store near you.
With the new IHOP value menu, all your breakfast faves are just $6 every day. Go to your happy plates with the $6 IHOP value menu. Available every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations.
You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
What kind of ripple effect will be felt within the Broncos as they move forward without their best player? That's safe to say, right? Pat Surtain is the best football player on the Denver Broncos?
Hands down. Defensive player of the year last year. All right, when he's in there, you just feel better. You know, Zach, just like when I leave and I come back, you just feel better when I'm here, huh?
Just depends on the day. Depends who's filling in. Depends who's filling in.
Yeah, that is right.
But I think
is.
I don't think he's the most important player on the team. That's the quarterback. That's
that cut deep right there.
That's just positional value, right? You agree with that, right?
Yeah. You know, as much as it hurts me to say that, quarterback position is always going to be the most important position on the football field. But the second, I guess you can argue, is going to be the pass rusher or a cornerback if he's dominant like PS2. But the pass rusher is going to get a lot more noise coming their way, a lot more publicity because they do their dance and they get the sacks on the quarterback.
Yeah, you just have I think, and again, you could expand this conversation. I don't want to get too bogged down, but the pass rusher, you control how much you get to impact the game. Whereas corner, you're reacting. Now, if you're shutting down half the field, that's pretty impactful, But yeah. But that being said,
he's like, let's move on.
And rabbit hole. But you have someone like Myles Garrett, who I don't know if you can play better than he did on Sunday.
He was mad.
I don't know if you can play better. 5 sacks.
5 sacks.
But you get beat like a drum.
Well, do you hear what he said? He said, I would give up those 5 sacks to have a win.
But guess what? I don't believe you.
What?
And I
determined to detect it.
That was a lie. Yes, because guess what? You had the opportunity to leave that losing situation, and money was the compass for your decision making.
Yeah.
So you don't get to say that, Myles Garrett. and I love that guy. He's going to do a backflip into the Hall of Fame. But you don't get to say I would trade all these sacks for a win when you have the opportunity to do exactly that. But you took the money to stay in Cleveland, a historically dysfunctional situation.
Hey, mic drop it, Zach. Mic drop it. Yeah, you're right.
So you just don't get to say that.
You're right. You had an opportunity. You could have done the Micah Parsons and made it hard for the Browns to want to bring you back because you just asking for too much money and go somewhere else, and you didn't do it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you're right.
But he loved their plan at quarterback, remember? I know the plan. I love it.
Smirking.
How's the plan going?
You never knew the plan.
No. How's the plan going? They didn't know the plan. How do you know the plan?
They didn't even know the plan.
Yeah. Anyway, the ripple effect. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the season's over, 1 being you're asleep in bed, not on your radar. On a scale of 1 to 10, how big is the PS2 injury?
So, Zach, although we just got done talking about how cornerback may not be the most important position on the football field, in this case with the Denver Broncos, I would put it at number 2 because he's that damn dominant. When you talk about PS2, he one-sides offense. You know that at times you're going to try him, but once he gets in a rhythm and you know you can't go his way, you're going to stop trying him. You know that Pat Surtain is always going to be on the number 1 receiver, the elite receiver that's out there for the Bengals. Jamar Chase, PS2 is going to be on him. CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, PS2 is going to be on him. Garrett Wilson for the Jets, PS2 is going to be on him. And now that he is not going to be playing for a couple weeks, he'll probably go on IR to heal up. Out of 1 to 10, Zach, this is an 8. The reason why I'm so concerned moving forward is because you have to change your defense now because PS2 is not there. You don't have an elite cornerback at number 1 where he could be on an island and you can worry about everybody else. Now, you may not be able to bring the pressure that you're used to bringing because you have to account for Riley Moss and making sure he's okay, and also Chris Abrams-Drain or Jahdae Barron, whoever's going to be the cornerback 2 for you.
Yeah.
You're going to have to have eyes on them. How do you do that? You have to have 2 safeties back. So now you're going to even have to disguise your defense even more, knowing that you want to trick the offense and knowing what you're really going to do and having them catch a beat on you. So it's just it makes it messy because you don't have Pat Surtain there who you know is going to handle business. You could put him on an island, go man on one side and go zone on the other. You can't do that anymore. So for that, I'm concerned, and my concern level is at 8.
Man, it's fair. I'm not going to tell you that 8 is too high. I mean, Pat Surtain is one of the best football players walking planet Earth. I mean, he's that good. And the responsibilities all shift now. They all shift in a way. And I'll use the Nuggets example. Like when Jamal Murray was out of the fold and the team is waiting for him to come back, Jokic's burden became so great. It always was anyway, but you're asking, Aaron Gordon to be the second best player on a team that has title hopes. Love Aaron Gordon. That's not realistic. Michael Porter Jr. is asked to be the third best player on a team that could win a championship. No. But if they all slot down when Jamal gets back and Aaron Gordon's your third best player and Michael Porter Jr. was your fourth best player, some nights your fifth best player, like it's just you're in your natural role and your level of responsibility is organic. Now with the Broncos, it's not. Chris Abrams-Drain, I mean, he last week when he had to come in relief of Pat Surtain, he had allowed 6 catches on 6 targets for 78 yards and a quarterback rating when they threw at him of 118.
Now, there's context to that, Zach. I don't know where you land on that. I know you're just giving facts.
Yeah.
That's facts right there for you. But if you're a cornerback in this league and you've been sitting there for two corners, 2 or 3 corners, and then you're asked to go in there and play against George Pickens or CeeDee Lamb?
It's an unreasonable ask.
It really is. Now, he's going to have if he is the starter, so he's going to go through a whole week of practice. He's going to be out there from the start, not just special teams, but as a defensive player. It's going to look different.
Good context.
And the reason why I say this, Zach, is when I was playing with Colorado, we were playing against Michigan. Sefo Liufau was our starting quarterback. He gets knocked out, I want to say, in the third quarter. Drew, you're better with this than I am. The third quarter. You had Steven Montez, the backup quarterback that had to come in. He looked horrible. Going into that game next week against the Oregon Ducks, all of us kind of felt like, hey, man, I don't know if we're going to be able to win this game now. With Sefo, our leader, we have a great chance to do that, and because we have a bunch of supporting cast around him. But with someone like Steven Montez, who you don't know much about, you just don't know what you're going to get out of him. He goes out there that next game because, 1, he had the preparation was there. He had a full week of practice. 2, he took it a lot more serious, and he was in it from the start. And he had a great game. I mean, ran for 100 yards, passed for almost 300 yards. He looked like a Heisman candidate. And I know I'm talking about college and Steven Montez, but for Chris Abrams-Drain, Zach, it's just about the process now. Mentally, he knows that he's going to have to step up. If he's the cornerback, cornerback number 2, he knows that this is his opportunity. He has to step up, and he's going to be dialed in because of that.
Do you trust Riley?
No, man. No. I don't trust Riley to be a cornerback one.
Yeah.
As cornerback 1, knowing that you're going to have to take on the best receiver. And make no mistake about it, the Houston Texans have 2 really good receivers in Tank Dell and Nico Collins, who was my former teammate, and he's getting better every single year. For Riley, I don't know if he's ready for this. I don't know if he's ready to be on that island if VJ decides not to change up his defense and he goes man-to-man. Is Riley ready for this heavyweight match, knowing that the referees are going to be looking at you as a handsy guy and they may throw a couple penalties at you? Where's your head going to be at when you know that you have to be cornerback 1?
Well, luckily for this weekend, seriously, and you don't want to say luckily because some guy messed his knee up, but Tank Dell hasn't played yet 2025. He's dealing with that knee injury, I still believe. But it's still going to be a challenge, man. It's going to be a real challenge, and I'm worried about the trickle down. I am, and this is going to be a big ask of Jahdae Barron and the role that I'm expecting. Because whatever his role is going to be, it's going to be a lot increased week over week.
Well, who do you want to see, Zach? Would you rather see Chris Abrams-Drain or Jahdae Barron, the number 1 pick in this year's NFL draft?
Dude, I feel uncomfortable, even answering the question because I have no idea what Barron looks like in that role. Like it's going to be a boundary cornerback number 2? I've never seen it at the NFL level. He did it at Texas, but this is not the SEC. This is the NFL. Everyone's first team all SEC. So, I mean, but the guy was drafted for a role like this eventually. You didn't draft him.
20th pick.
Bro, we talked about this leading up to the season. You didn't draft him to be a nickel. You didn't draft him to be a backup nickel, that's for sure.
Well, you don't rate, like they raved about him, say, hey, he can play the inside, he can play the outside, anywhere he wants to be, he will be because he's smart and he's athletic and he's good enough to do it. Well, maybe this is the time to show us that he can do it.
Yeah, man, I'm fascinated with this dynamic this weekend. We'll circle back to it just a little bit later in the show. But first, I have a stat on the Denver Nuggets that you'll be repeating to your friends after you hear it. Details next.
With 3 touchdowns from R.J. Harvey, the first career score for Pat Bryant, and a key interception from Jahdae Barron, the Broncos rookie class was on fire against the Cowboys. Is Denver's young class peaking at just the right time? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Broncos country. We're in the thick of things right now in football season. That means summer is officially over. And that also means it's all about the game days now. Whether you're heading to Empower Field or traveling to Boulder to cheer on Coach Prime and the Buffs, you know you need to get there on time and in style. And speaking of going to the Broncos games, you can get 30% off of your ride with Hermes Worldwide for the entire season. All I need you to do is mention the code PL30. Again, mention that code PL30 when you're booking your luxury transportation to Empower Field. Let my friends at Hermes Worldwide handle all the traffic and parking hassles, and also let them get you to the game and from the game safely, so you can focus on the important stuff, like watching your favorite team stack those wins and making as many memories as possible with your loved ones and friends. So give Hermes Worldwide a call today at 303-577-7600 or visit ridehermes.com/DenverSports. Again, you can give them a call at 303-577-7600 or visit ridehermes.com/DenverSports to book your next ride today.
The holidays are here, full of joy, family, friends, and yes, a little hustle and bustle. That's why you need Aleve. Between cooking, shopping, and all those extra errands, aches and pains can sneak in. Aleve is here to help with long-lasting body pain relief. Don't let body pain slow you down. With up to 12 hours of body pain relief per dose, you can keep up with the season's magic and all that awaits. Pick up Aleve and get back to what really matters, making memories. Use as directed.
We know exactly what you're not thinking about right now. Wiper blades. But now that you are, take a moment to think about how Rain-X is the #1 brand of wiper blades in America. Why? Because Rain-X thinks about wiper blades all the time. We obsess, so you don't have to. Simply install our blades and then think about literally anything else. So choose Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blades, and then go back to not thinking about wiper blades. Rain-X. Outsmart the elements.
Thinking about buying a home in Colorado? You're not the only one, and now might be your best shot. We're officially in a buyer's market, which means you've got the upper hand. More homes are on the market, competition is down, and serious deals are out there just waiting to be found. Whether you're a first-time buyer or looking to upgrade or downsize, now's the time to get pre-approved. And American Financing can make that happen in 24 hours or less. And here's the kicker. When you work with both American Financing and their partner American Home Agents, you can receive a credit on closing costs of up to 1% or a max of $10,000 on your home loan. If you've been sitting on the sidelines, it's time to step in, and American Financing is the place to start. Don't let the 20% down myth stop you. You could buy a home with as little as 3% down, and with down payment assistance programs available, getting into a home might be easier than you think. Pick up the phone, call them at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
Winning matters. Postman Law has recovered over $3 billion for clients. Injured? Call 844-POSTMAN. It's free to see if you have a case. Others promise. Postman delivers.
Hey, it's Mike Evans. Restore your bald spot, reverse your receding hairline, or add volume to thinning hair with the same simple one-day treatment I receive from Dr. Tanya Pauls of Advanced Hair. Your own natural hair begins regrowing the very next day, and your new hair is guaranteed to grow. Advanced Hair has changed tens of thousands of lives, including mine. For your free consultation, $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. Call 720-459-HAIR, advancedhair.com.
Hey, bro, weirdest thing is happening at the game. Every time I crack a Bud Light, we score a touchdown. I think I'm some kind of football prophet.
Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Stock up today. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Joel Klatt, the nation's leading voice in college football, joins Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth every Wednesday morning. Presented by Groove Toyota.
Here we go.
Tune in at 8:10 for exclusive insight, bold analysis, and maybe just a hint of shenanigans. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan. It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, Denver Nuggets in action last night. So cool. Like, I'm watching the Nuggets game, and they get the W. It didn't look good at the start in the first half. It actually looked like they were getting punked, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it was bad.
And against a team that always punks them.
Without their star player.
Right. It's like, man, oh, man, oh, man. But, they eventually figured it out. But it was so cool that, I watched this game and then get to transition to the World Series, which by the time the Nuggets game got over, dude, I settled in for, like, what in actuality is like the full length of a whole baseball game itself, because I think I picked it up in, like, I don't know, might have been like the 6th or 7th inning or something like that.
Yeah, towards the end, what you would think is towards the end of the game.
Yes. And so, but I ended up watching that for almost 3 hours and going to sleep in the 17th inning because I
stay up. Like
no
15 minutes more.
I know. I was just cooked. I'm like, dude, this could be 20 innings. This could be 21 innings. And I have told you guys behind the scenes a pretty sizable wager on the Dodgers that I probably should not have placed when the time I placed it, but now I'm in it. So
think of things now.
There's no turning back now. But so that was really cool. But the Nuggets go into Minnesota, no Ant-Man. They win 127-114. Pretty going away by the end of it. They outscored Minnesota in the third quarter, 45-29.
Well, you know why that is, though, in that third quarter.
Yeah,
Mr. Jamal Murray.
And he had a running mate as well that quarter.
Yes, he did.
In Tim Hardaway Jr.
That's your boy.
I mean, I'm telling you.
That's your boy.
Before the season kicked off, if you don't understand what Phil's saying, I was just trying to emphasize repeatedly just what an addition Tim Hardaway Jr. was going to be. And I know the frontline additions were more Cam Johnson and Jonas Valanciunas. Fired up about those guys as well. We need to talk about one of them in particular. But the Tim Hardaway Jr. fringe signing never led SportsCenter. You never got a push notification on your phone from ESPN. I'm telling you, this guy is going to be massive throughout the season and definitely in the postseason as well.
Zach, 7 of 11 from the field, 4 of 6 from the three-point line. Like, you got to love it if you're Tim Hardaway Jr. coming off the bench. Like, that's what we've been waiting for, a guy that can come in and make some noise, a veteran presence that has done it before, that has been there before, that can help close out games if he has to.
Yep.
That's Tim Hardaway Jr. for you, so it was exciting to see, but most of all for Jamal Murray.
Yeah, man. Oh, my gosh.
His start right now is just like, this is what we've asked for.
Yep.
This is what we complained about. And Jamal Murray said, ask and you shall receive. And he's going out there, he's putting his head down, he's making his shots, he's getting the separation, he's in shape. Like, you can't have a better start than what Jamal Murray is doing.
Dude, check this out. One, of course, co-sign everything that you just said. He is trim. He is motivated. And I knew when he came back and I saw him out in San Diego look that thin, actions over words.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear into a microphone how motivated. No. What does your body look like? He looks 20 pounds lighter than he did at the end of the NBA season, which should be impossible.
It's the football workouts.
That's what it was. That's what it was.
You got to be a football player. It's going to help you out, Zach.
But this dude, 16 of 29, made 5 threes, 6 of 7 from the stripe. He was a plus 30. When Jamal Murray was on the floor, the Nuggets won his minutes by 30 points. Here's a couple stats for you. One, and I told you I went back and looked at his game log. I said this yesterday. I went back and looked at his game log at the first 2 games of every season he's ever played. It was the best 2-game start. 25 in the first game, 23 in the second game. That is the best 2-game sequence to start a year in his career. You add this 43-point game onto the 23-point game and the 25-point game. Not only is it the best 3-game start to his career, it's the best 3-game sequence in his career ever in the month of October.
But why now? Why all of a sudden? Why is it just this 1 year just clicked for Jamal Murray? Is it the contract kicked in? Because this is his first year on that contract. Is it just him saying, you know what? I'm tired of people talking about me and let me just do what I'm here to do because I love this game and people are questioning me? What is it?
I can't necessarily go with that one because there was more doubt and noise around Jamal Murray last offseason.
Yeah.
When he embarrassed himself in the playoffs and was throwing a heat pack on the floor and being the biggest negative storyline from the Paris Olympics. He got pulled from Team Canada. He didn't start or finish games. He got dropped in the All-NBA Top 100 ranking by like 30 spots. That should have been the offseason. It's like, okay, like, man, no one believes anymore. It's happening this year. Now, I'm sure there's some of that. I don't know what the source of it is, and I really don't care. Because whatever it is, it's working. And here's what I would like to think it is, and I'm being serious. I would like to think it's just a little bit of growing up. Something changes when you have kids. And
you're right about that.
You know, he had his little girl last year, so I don't want to get carried away with this. But Jokic became a much more serious version of himself when he started having kids. I became a much more serious version of myself when I started having kids. What you do, how you act, decisions you make, it just matters a little bit more.
It's based around them.
Yep. And so I don't want to get carried away because she was in the fold last year as well. But maybe I would like to think it's just part of the process of growing the hell up.
So it's that part. But what about David Adelman? What if it was a little bit of David Adelman saying, hey, look, let's sit down. Let's have a true conversation. And I'm going to be raw and honest with you. These are the things I don't want to see. These are the things that I want you to do. I believe in you. And also, I'm going to put you in situations to succeed, but you got to show up.
Yep.
You got to prove me right. And being on that same page, because Jamal Murray, after, I want to say game 2, and I know there's only been 3 games, game 2 goes to the podium and talks about how elite David Adelman is as an offensive-minded scheme coach. And so maybe it's David Adelman that's putting that in him too of like, hey, I believe in you, but we need you, and I'm approaching you differently than Michael Malone did.
Well, I would like to think there's an element of that at play as well. And I'll tell you, you bring up Adelman. That was one of my larger takeaways from last night. I am really liking what I'm seeing from David Adelman. And here's just an example of a reason why. You see who he closed with down the stretch last night? He closed with Payton Watson.
Yes.
Who didn't close?
Oh,
Christian Brown, the guy that got the extension. So here you are in game number 3, and the head coach is making a decision that upsets the apple cart. And I'm not saying Christian Brown is going to be upset about this, but I'm talking about Michael Malone didn't do stuff like that.
That was your question before the season started.
Bingo, you're on it. So I'm already seeing decisions that he made in the postseason that I'm like, man, if there's no runway of 80 games in front of you, 50 games in front of you, would you still make those in the regular season? Because when you're in the postseason, it's do or die.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing it out of the gate, and I'm telling you that is such, because he said, hey, this is going to be a meritocracy and everything's got to be earned. But, like, it's a different thing to actually act on it. And you have a $100 million extended player who you say, you just don't have it tonight.
Yeah, you're not doing your part.
Yeah, and you actually haven't had a good start to the season. Just to be keeping a buck with you.
I thought we were going to,
no,
put that under the radar just for a little while.
No, so it's like, nope, we're not closing with you.
Yeah.
We're closing with Payton Watson. And I just think, again, it's a little thing, but it's also a big thing. And I like what I see. Here's another stat you'll be repeating to your friends. The Denver Nuggets are the second team in NBA history to ever score 127 points in each of the first 3 games of the season.
Let's go.
The only other team that ever accomplished that was the 1962 San Francisco Warriors. It's early, but the early returns on the firepower of this group is even better than I expected, and I didn't think I could have higher expectations.
The depth, the certain pieces that are coming together, being more aggressive. It's all coming together, and I know it's 3 games, but I'm so damn excited about the damn Denver Nuggets. Let's go!
Me too. All right, let's go. Just exactly what do the Broncos have in one youngster on offense? I want to talk about him coming up next.
Broncos star Patrick Surtain suffered a pectoral strain in the win over the Cowboys. The reigning Defensive Player of the Year is expected to miss multiple weeks and is a candidate to be placed on injured reserve. With a pivotal stretch of games ahead, can Denver's secondary hold up without its best player? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here from my friends at Xfinity, and the other day I'm over at a friend's place. He's pumped to watch football, but his setup, total mess. Lagging, buffering, switching between apps, trying to find a game. He claimed to be a big fan, but I feel like I was being fan-fished. See, if you call yourself a football fan, you gotta have Xfinity. It's the ultimate sports destination. I can find the best games and my favorite teams all in one place. And the way I watch, well, it's next level. It's the perfect fan flex. I've got all the action right in my living room, plus Xfinity's best picture and sound with enhanced 4K, so clear it feels like I'm in the stadium. Sometimes I've got 4 games going on at once. Why? Because why not? On top of that, I get real-time notifications, live stats right on my TV. It's the best seat in the house every single time. Next game day, make sure that big fan isn't a big fail. Learn more at Xfinity.com. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Multi-view requires Xfinity 4K cable TV box.
Hey, bro, weirdest thing is happening at the game. Every time I crack a Bud Light, we score a touchdown. I think I'm some kind of football prophet.
Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Stock up today. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
You've got your whole life ahead of you, so choose a Medicare plan you can count on. And that's what you get with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. With more than 45 years' experience serving its members, United Healthcare has plans with low monthly premiums that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today. United Healthcare Medicare plans. It's Medicare coverage Colorado can count on.
Every time I turn around, my friends at Pure Talk give me one more reason to feel good about switching. This month, for instance, they're supporting Canines for Warriors, a terrific organization that trains rescue dogs and then pairs them up with combat veterans struggling with PTSD. The result? They're saving lives on both ends of the leash. This is why I switched to Pure Talk. I like being in business with an American wireless company who shares my values. Yeah, I appreciate unlimited talk, text, and plenty of 5G data for just $25 a month, and I bet you will too. But I think you'll really appreciate doing business with a company who gives back to the men and women who volunteered to defend our country. Just dial pound 250, say micro. With Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team, you can switch in as little as 10 minutes. Again, dial pound 250, say micro, to switch to an American wireless company who actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
Do you want the lowest rate for life? Get our 4.75 5-year fixed. APR is 5.89.
Did you say 4.75% fixed for 5 years?
Yes.
Yeah, I want that, but what if rates fall?
Our lowest rate for life program takes over. If rates fall even as little as 0.5%, we can redo your loan with no lender fees and no appraisal fee and no limits to the number of times used. Only at U.S. Mortgages. Call 303-LOW-RATE or online at usmloan.com.
All loans subject to approval and change. See website for complete details. License number 392126.
Bonnie from O'Meara Ford has convinced me they really want to earn your business. So, talk to me, Bonnie.
Well, O'Meara has over 1,000 vehicles to choose from. Plus, we have the largest service center in the region with 84 service bays. And we've sold 1 million vehicles since 1913. Our friendly staff will treat you right. And when it comes to repairs, our knowledgeable technicians do it right the first time.
There it is. O'Meara saves you time and money, whether you buy new or used. O'MearaFord.com.
Ever tried fixing an outlet yourself? First, you watch a DIY video, then you grab your tools. Next thing you know, sparks are flying and your hair looks like you just licked an electrical socket. Let's avoid that, shall we? Piper Electric has been providing expert electrical service since 1983. Repairs, upgrades, EV charger installations, even commercial and industrial. They do it all and do it right. They're giving you $50 off your next service. No fried hair required. Call 303-422-9219 today. Piper Electric. Leave the electricity to the experts.
Hi, I'm Terrell Davis, two-time world champion and Pro Football Hall of Famer. There is nothing more important than your health. That's why I made the smart move to invest in fitness equipment with Fitness Gallery. It's a game changer. I have a true treadmill at home. It's the smoothest and quietest I've ever been on.
Football is here, and Fitness Gallery's fall football sale is your playbook for a winning home gym. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit any of our 7 stores from Denver to Fort Collins and score big before the sale ends.
Trick or treat, Halloween is around the corner. Let's not use wishful thinking when it comes to safety. Beware and take care. Don't drink and drive. From your spooky friends at Denver Sports, 104.3 The Fan, and the Will Height Law Firm Injury Lawyers.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan's brought to you by Williams Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Leading off with a big story of the day, here's The Drive with Zach By and Denver, Colorado's own Phillip Lindsay.
1 hour in the books. Quicker than a New York minute. Hanging out with you on a Tuesday, October 28th. That first hour was an absolute blur. Went by so fast. It's typically a fantastic sign. Really good conversations. Broncos, Nuggets, all that.
What they say, start fast, finish strong, Zach.
That's
you gotta
right.
have a fast start to the show, and you finish strong. That's how it goes, man.
Well, I love it, and I just love that the Nuggets are back, and obviously Avs as well. Scuffling a little bit here as of late.
A little bit of drama.
Yeah, a little bit. What are you thinking of when you say that?
I'm thinking about the Gabe situation.
Sure.
Moving him down to the third line, which
Sure.
I think is a great move, to be honest with you. Gabe hasn't brought that spark that you need for the second line, which is okay. It's okay.
For right now.
Yeah, for right now. For Gabe, it's a wake-up call. That, yes, you're a great feel-good story. You are the captain, but you have to bring something else than just leadership. And then Lawson gets his opportunity to be on the second line. What do you do with that opportunity? There's a lot of pressure put on you. Go out there, execute, maybe get a goal, get on that score sheet. That's what I want to see. That's what I'm thinking of, Zach.
No, I love it. I absolutely love it, and they're going to be just fine. I know, some losses here, but I'll say this, and then I want to get back to Broncos. With the Avs, 14 of potential 20 points, right? You've played in 10 games. The most points you can get for the standings is 20 points. Okay, you have 14.
Yeah.
How you get there can make you feel different.
Just like I think we're talking about the Denver Broncos right now.
Correct. But check this out. If 3 weeks ago I said, hey, the Avs are going to be 7-3 after 10 games, do you want to sign up for that?
Give me the pen.
I'd say yeah.
Give me the pen.
Well, how many points would you get if you were 7-3? 14. That's where the Avs are right now. But it's just the route that you go and get there can make you feel differently when you're living through the sequence in real time.
The only thing that the Avalanche are missing at this point, one, they got to continue to stay healthy, but the power play.
Yeah, it's awful.
We know
it's just awful.
And Nate Dogg can get mad at us. He can get mad at the fans and say we don't know what we're talking about when we're looking at the power play. But all we want is a goal. All we want is for us to be able to cheer and have fun. The power play has hindered us for a long time now, starting back in the playoffs against the Dallas Stars.
Correct.
Come on now.
Correct. It's the worst in the league. And you fired your coach, and they have issues. They have issues. There's no doubt about it. I think they're going to be fine.
Yeah,
they're going to be fine. The Broncos, however, all right, just exactly what do the Broncos have in one youngster on offense? And I'm talking about a guy that, man, he had himself a day on Sunday.
They go with Harvey on the toss, and there goes Harvey. Harvey's got a first down. Harvey's looking for the end zone. Harvey takes it home.
And that was just the first chapter.
They hand it back to Harvey. The direct snap to Harvey, and he's in for a second time.
And then the hat trick.
Harvey sneaking in here. He's got 2 touchdowns today. It's going to Harvey. It's Harvey into the end zone for a touchdown. A banner day for the rookie.
A hat trick,
man,
with touchdowns is really, really hard to do.
Very hard to do, Zach. Very hard to do. But R.J. Harvey was able to do it thanks to Sean Payton believing in him, scheming up a couple of really good plays in the red zone and in the goal line, and there you go. You have yourself 3 touchdowns. Before we get into this conversation,
yeah,
do you think that R.J. Harvey's going to throw for one this year?
Yes.
Ooh, that was fast.
Yeah, because they're setting it up. They're setting up the Wildcat. That's already the second Wildcat.
Yeah.
And he was a quarterback in high school, really good one, and went to Virginia to play quarterback. And his freshman year, and then transfers and takes the running back route. But yeah, Sean Payton is setting it up. It's only a matter of time.
Hey, the writing's on the wall. I'm glad we're on the same page.
Yeah.
We're going to see R.J. Harvey throw for a touchdown this year. Maybe in a couple games from now. Heck, maybe we see it against Houston, a changeup. But R.J. Harvey will throw for a touchdown.
And that will be a Sean Payton, I'm smarter than everybody else moment. It will be. You know it.
A proud dad moment. I had this one in the bag for a very long time, guys.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing about Harvey, okay? And I want to have a constructive conversation. I don't want this to be, because there's nuance to this conversation. And I know he's coming off this incredible game. He may never have a 3-touchdown game. Come on.
Yeah, is he Jonathan Taylor? Jonathan Taylor is finding himself with 3 touchdowns every game, it seems like. But he's getting the ball 25, 27 times a game.
Right.
He's an elite running back. For RJ, he's young. He's just starting. 3 touchdowns is hard to do, Zach.
That's insane. Like, he could go the rest of his career without having a 3-touchdown game.
Yeah.
But I understand with the time sensitivity of it that we are coming off of the game where he had the 3 touchdowns. But I want to have a real conversation about where we're sort of at with RJ, young football player. We're still gathering information. And it's sort of like a tale of not 2 halves, but 2 different chunks of the season. So check this out. This is what I mean. If you combined last week and week 1, okay? So week 8 and week 1.
Okay.
Harvey is averaging 58 yards per game on a whopping 8.9 yards per carry. And his average longest run in those games, is 58 yards. But then if you take out the first game and the most recent game, in weeks 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, Harvey is a paltry 14 yards per game on 2.7 yards per carry with an average long run of 5 yards. How do you make sense of what we've seen in the first game and the most recent game compared to all the games in between?
Yeah, it looks like, one, there's context to it when it comes to the teams you're playing. You're playing against a bad Tennessee Titan team, the stats that you brought up, and then you're playing against a bad Dallas defense that were down a bunch of guys and had a bunch of practice squad players in there. I'm not going to take anything from RJ Harvey. It's hard to score in this league. It's hard to put up points or put up yards. So kudos to him. But what I would say for RJ is it's more about being consistent, the same version of yourself all the time. And that's how you get more opportunities. RJ Harvey is not getting the opportunities that he probably wants, that some of the fans want to see, because when he gets a couple carries, he either gets 1 or 2 yards in a cloud of dust, or he gets back to the line of scrimmage for a gain of 0. That can't happen, because now you're losing plays because of that, or you're losing downs because of that, and now you set yourself back, and now you're behind the chains. So for RJ Harvey, it's about making those plays count. RJ Harvey got that pitch against the Dallas Cowboys last Sunday and made that count for a 40-yard touchdown. I'm not saying it has to be a 40-yard run or a touchdown, but it's about being explosive, utilizing the God-given gifts you were given, which is that explosive lower body of yours, breaking tackles, moving the chains, being more that guy that you can count on more times than not, being more consistent with your play, even out of the backfield, Zach. Even when you're getting these they call them swing routes. If you're getting these swing routes, what are you doing with them? Are you getting just 2 or 3 yards? Or are you making that first guy miss, getting upfield, getting 7, maybe even a 10-yard gain? You move the chains that way. For RJ Harvey, it's just all about being consistent. In those 2 games that you talked about where he was able to be explosive, he kind of got the opportunity. It was well blocked. It was a well play designed by a design play by Sean Payton, and he made the most of it. So for RJ Harvey moving forward, clear your mind. Not everything is going to be a touchdown, but when there's something there or there's a hole there, you have to hit it. And when there's nothing there, you have to be more patient like JK has been.
Yeah.
And that's just reps, man.
Yeah.
That's just being young and having the opportunities like JK to make those mistakes. Right now, because JK is doing so well, Zach, RJ Harvey doesn't have room to make mistakes or get 1 or 2 yards. He has to get 4 yards, 5 yards. And honestly, that was kind of how I was. That was my mindset. Every time I stepped foot into that backfield, lined up, and the quarterback was under center and I was 7 yards behind him, my mindset was, let me break for a touchdown. Now, I knew I wasn't going to always get a touchdown, but I need to be explosive, because the more explosive I am, now they can't take me out. Now, if they do take me out and we lose this game, they have to go up to the podium and explain why they didn't play me more why I didn't get the carries or the majority of the carries.
Would you actually, was that part of your thought process?
Yes,
of like,
yes.
if I do my thing, they're going to have to take questions if they don't continue to play me?
I'm going to force their hand. I'm going to force their hand of like, why is your most explosive back sitting on the sideline? So for R.J. Harvey, that should be his mentality. J.K. Dobbins is a hell of a running back, but compete with him. Force him to feel a little bit of pressure. And when that happens, now you become that 1-2 punch that we're asking and we need, but also you're making each other better.
Well, really good game to build off of. I'm just trying to figure out, like, who is this guy going to be? And the Broncos, I think, have the intent on this guy is going to be, like, eventually a bell cow running back. Now Sean has always, and he'll say it out loud, Bill Parcells told me to, stack that position. Yeah. It's a very violent position. It is. But I think the plan eventually, much like Jahdae Barron eventually, is for this guy to be the man, or at least the number one in a room where you're splitting carries.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Harvey is ever going to be an NFL number one running back.
Why do you feel that way? Because there's a lot of people out there that feel that way, myself included as of right now. Now, he can go out there and prove us all wrong.
Yeah, I just don't see it on and again, this is not the time to be saying this because he's just coming off a Sunday where he had 3 touchdowns, but I don't see, like, high-end starter production on a down-by-down, series-by-series basis. I see flashes of it, and that position, more than any other position in the history of NFL football, allows you to start fast. And every year in that league, there is a 1,000-yard rusher.
Yeah.
Whether it's you or Saquon or Zeke Elliott or Elijah Mitchell fill in the blank, every year there's a and so Sean has said into a microphone that it's not a position that takes a long time to figure out whether he can play. I think he can play, but I think he may be long-term served most as like a 1B to more of a traditional bell cow. He doesn't strike me as a bell cow.
Which is fine. Like, to me, if R.J. Harvey wants to become the bell cow running back next year, he needs to run better inside. We need to see more explosive plays inside. Now, we saw one against Tennessee, and that was a great play by R.J. Harvey, setting it up, being patient, and then exploding out. All right, it's slow to fast through. That's what they always say. Set your blocks up. R.J. Harvey did a phenomenal job of doing that week 1, but we need to see it more consistently on a daily basis, every Sunday, where R.J. Harvey is picking up those yards. That's what J.K. Dobbins is doing.
Sure,
He's getting his yards from the inside, not the outside.
Correct.
And when you really think about it, R.J. had his explosive play tailored to his strength, which is the outside toss, something that you guys have talked about. We all know that R.J. Harvey does a great job of running the outside toss play, which he did a lot in college.
Yeah, 67% of his runs in college went to the outside.
There you go. So Sean Payton tailored that particular play to R.J. Harvey, and that's why he was able to have success, because he's comfortable doing it.
Yep.
If he wants to be a RB1, a bell cow back, which is hard to do in this league nowadays, and it's okay to be a 1B. All right, it's about staying in the league as long as possible.
Dude, absolutely.
But if you want to get 15 to 20 carries a game, you must run inside well. Just like you run outside well, you got to be able to run inside well so that you don't tip your hat or tip your hand and make yourself one-dimensional. They want to be able to put you in there and say, hey, we have to contain them on the outsides, the insides. We have to contain them as a receiver. That's when you become a bell cow running back.
Yeah, and I think that, we have the same conversations with wide receivers. Someone like Marvin Mims. I've said the same thing. Guy's talented. Guy's a weapon. I just don't know if I see a down-in, down-out route runner the way that maybe you can sort of forecast for a Troy Franklin. And it's the same about Harvey. And that's not me, again, because I know someone will hear this the way that they want to hear it. It's not hate. But because it sounds like you think that he can be a bell cow running back?
He definitely can be. I mean, at one point, Zach, I was. But is it sustainable? Like, my thought process was I should have been a running back that would come in the games and just work on my pass-catching craft. Because you stay around the league longer that way than them just running you up the middle, and at some point you're going to get hurt if you're just getting all these carries. And for me, I was 185 pounds, and they wanted me to be this bell cow back, where you had Royce Freeman was on third down duty, and he was doing passes and getting out in the open field. Well, that's where my strength was too, is my speed. And as time goes on, if you don't find a fit and they see you as just a running back and not a guy that can do it all, well, now you put a limit to yourself. You put yourself into a box. So for you to stay long in this league, you want to be able to do it all. So for RJ Harvey, don't be upset if you're not the bell cow back. Do it all. Be able to run in between the tackles, the pitch plays, but most of all, be able to block and catch out that backfield like Alvin Kamara. And you're going to have a long career because of that. And that's what this is all about, longevity. Being there, making your money, playing as long as you can until the NFL spits you out.
But I'll say this, that's easy to say after the fact, but when you're living that life and you have an opportunity to make plays on Sunday, it's like,
why wouldn't you want to do it?
Right, you don't want to say like, no, give me less. You know what I mean?
Like, to me, it's like, you don't have to give me more, but give me the plays that set me up for success. Give me the pullers in front of me. Give me that setup screenplay or that setup RJ Harvey where you know it's man and RJ comes across the quarterback and now the linebacker can't find you and now you're open for a touchdown. Set me up for success. That's something that Sean Payton's doing a good job of with RJ Harvey for touchdowns. RJ has 5 touchdowns so far his rookie year.
Pretty good, man.
Because Sean is setting this young man up for success and being patient with him.
What do you think about the Wildcat? Do you like that play?
It's a change of pace. And like for RJ, it's going to work out well because he can throw. He was a quarterback you just laid out there. I like it. I like it because it's something that the defense is going to sit there and say, okay, what are you going to do? Right? Derrick Henry makes a killing off of that because you know he can run the ball, but then he does that pop pass.
He does do that.
Has a couple touchdowns because of it. So you can be creative with it. And I'm like you, Zach. At some point, we're going to see RJ Harvey throw for a touchdown.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's in the Wildcat, and it's just a changeup. You like it?
It feels a little gimmicky. You know, I don't know if Sean Payton would be doing that if it wasn't his second-round draft pick, like football son.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know that.
I mean, you know how Sean is. He wants to be right on everything.
He
wants
does.
to get the credit. Something creative like that, you have to say, well, Sean Payton put that in the playbook, like in
right.
Designed that for a touchdown.
Yeah. Well, here was Sean Payton after the game talking about RJ Harvey and taking that Wildcat snap.
Yeah, it's been in for a while. We had a handful of plays today that have been in. Sometimes plays stay in because they still fit. So that's been in quite a while. RJ's third down call's been in for like 5 weeks. It's a man zone read. We put him outside of tight end. We saw the linebacker. We climb him back in. And so there's some of those plays that you're like, all right, they can come off the call sheet. You know, you've just been running them. But, yeah, clearly he's comfortable getting a snap. You know, when you take the quarterback and someone leaves to cover him, then you kind of get your numbers back. You know, you're really playing 10 on 10.
I think that, some of that, within that answer, he's like, we've had that in for like 5 weeks. He had the license and the luxury of game control to be able to sort of go into his bag that way. I don't think that we're going to see RJ Harvey in the Wildcat late third quarter of a tied football game on the road.
Unless it continues to work. If it continues to work and it's a constant thing that we're seeing every single week, then you can kind of bet that it's going to be in the game plan. I just know being in that locker room or in that meeting room, there's certain plays that you do against teams, and it's like, hey, we're going to set you up for success. Maybe it's a tight end that hasn't had a touchdown yet or hasn't had a touchdown in a while. It's like, we're going to set you up for success. So let's just say Houston this week. Evan Ingram hasn't been in the end zone since the Philly game.
Right.
So maybe there's a play in the red zone or on goal line where we're going to see Evan Ingram touch that ball for a touchdown. That's Sean Payton thinking of his players, being that players coach saying, I'm going to reward you. You got to be patient.
I wonder if he tried on Sunday because they did give it to Ingram in the red zone, and he
did.
got a first down that could have gone for a touchdown.
They did. No, and those are schemed up plays. Those are plays that are and Sean said it. He had like a video of each guy that was going to touch the ball in their fight song, their college fight song.
Right.
That's how confident Sean was that we're going to beat up on the Dallas Cowboys and everybody's going to score.
That's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool. And then apparently Mims was the only guy who knew his fight song, which is like, come on, guys.
I know. What are you doing?
Yeah, you know your fight song.
I
mean,
you know that.
They don't
see you down the field. Now the kids now that Dion has,
they don't know it.
They don't know the fight song.
Yeah, which I don't like. I don't like that.
And NIL money. You come and you go. You don't care about the fight song anymore. You care about the money.
Well, honestly, it was also Dion saying, "I'm not making the kids learn it." That used to be part of the tradition of the program.
Yeah.
It's like didn't you guys get taught by the older?
You get taught by the older guys, and then you have to sing it multiple times. Each freshman is going to have to sing the fight song.
Yeah.
And then you got to go on and sing a regular song during the camp just because they want to mess with you.
Okay. Here is a Bo Nix talking about his running backs.
Felt like we had quick drives. I don't think our time of possession was even very high. It's just we moved it, and we got down there and scored quick, and it wasn't like we had long play-after-play drives. We just got going early, ran the ball really well. Man, those guys are doing a great job at the point of attack right now. We're running at people. We're just doing a good job of getting a hat on a hat, and our backs are doing a great job of making guys miss when there's an extra guy, and, we're making explosive runs. And that was the biggest thing for today is early on we were able to run 8, 9, 10 yards a carry. I know that's probably not the statistic, but when you're doing that every once in a while on a drive, it changes things.
Well, going back to Harvey, and this is pretty cool. Or I don't know how you view it. Harvey is the first Broncos rookie since the guy that I'm talking to, Phillip Lindsay, in 2018, to record multiple rushing scores in a single game. Here's another one. R.J. Harvey's 40-yard touchdown in the first quarter was the longest touchdown run by a Broncos rookie since the guy I'm talking to, Phillip Lindsay, in 2018.
Slow down, RJ. Slow down. Come on now.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, am I supposed to be happy, Zach? No.
So no. I wanted to ask you that seriously. Like when you hear, because your name is going to pop up, right? Because you did your thing, and that your name doesn't pop up when you don't do your thing. So, but when you have a rookie not in the same position, you were undrafted. He's a 60th overall pick. But it's like, hey, first sense, Phillip Lindsay. What kind of feeling does that make you have?
Like for me, it's like this is expected. You're in the NFL. I shouldn't be the only one, or it shouldn't take this long for somebody else to come along and have 1,000 yards.
Right.
Someone to come along and have a 40-yard touchdown.
Yeah.
I was able to do it from the jump. So, why is it hard for a second-round draft pick to do it? It's great that you're doing it, and it's exciting because that means that we're moving the ball. That means we're more explosive as an offense. But this should be something that is done every single year. That's how I take it.
Yeah. Well, it's been
pretty, a long time coming.
It has been. It has been. But R.J. Harvey's doing his thing. But I just wanted to have the conversation because here's the facts, okay? There's not an opinion shared in the following sentence. 58% of R.J. Harvey's rushing production has come on 2 carries.
Just 2 carries, two long ones, 41 and the 58.
Yes,
the 50.
50. Yeah. So think about that. So we're through 8 games of the season, and this is why with Harvey specifically. And again, it's not as fashionable because we're talking the Tuesday after he just had 3 touchdowns. But the facts are through 8 games, 58% of his season-long production has come on 2 carries. And that's why I say I need to still see more.
I'm with you on this one. I'm not with you on the Bo Nix one. I saw what I needed to see from Bo. But when it comes to R.J. Harvey, second-round draft pick, we need to see more for us to be able to stamp him as this dynamic duo with J.K. Dobbins.
Yes. Because about a week ago, I'm like, hey, I think they need to go out and trade for Breece Hall. I think he's a more reliable number 2 if you think that you're going to be a Super Bowl contender.
But do you still feel that way?
Yes, because I'm not going to let one game be an eraser for the previous 7. Now I'm encouraged and hopeful and looking forward to the next chapter, gathering more information. But when 58% of your production is on 2 carries, that speaks volumes when you're talking about a sample size of 8 games. So it's been good, but we need to see. We need to see more.
Consistency, baby. Be consistent in everything you do when you're working on your craft. It's going to take some time, but we're going to figure out who R.J. Harvey really is.
Yep. I like it. Okay, where are the Broncos popping up on the Tuesday power rankings after putting together 5 straight wins? Also, we found the one person who didn't like the Broncos throwback uniforms on Sunday. And wait till you hear who it actually is. That's next.
The Fan Flyaway is back, presented by 303 Law 4040. Save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. To kick off 2026, Denver Sports 1043 The Fan is sending you to Phoenix for the biggest party in golf. Airfare, hotel tickets, and $500 in spending money, all included. Head to thefanflyaway.com to register. That's thefanflyaway.com. Denver Sports 1043. The Fan.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first, on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
I should have had Done Right do it. Don't be that person that says this after ordering your remodeling project. Hi folks, Dan Cicchini, owner of Done Right Kitchens and Baths, Windows and Doors. Simply put, we make people happy by being particular, just like you. 800-362-8370.
A diamond is the oldest natural substance you will ever hold in your hand, created over 40 million years ago.
There are very few items of true value in the world that fit in the palm of your hand that also express our most powerful emotions.
And that's why a natural diamond from Williams Jewelers is the natural expression of your love. I'm Michelle Williams.
And I'm Bruce Williams. It's one of the most important purchases you will ever make.
And you're counting on us to help you get it right. So come get hands-on with Denver's most beautiful natural loose diamonds.
At Williams Jewelers, I still personally hand-select every natural diamond we sell, from the finest diamond cutters in the world, direct to you, all at the guaranteed best price in the state.
Say, will you? With Williams.
Where Colorado shines.
Williams Jewelers, we can make diamonds a part of your life.
Williams Jewelers in Cherry Creek North on 3rd Avenue between Fillmore and Detroit, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche.
Advent Health is Littleton's home for highly specialized, life-changing heart care. From preventive screenings to personalized treatment options, it's heartfelt care from expert hands. The Advent Health Heart and Vascular Institute is now open, ready to provide wholehearted care for your whole health.
Winning matters. Postman Law has recovered over $3 billion for clients. Injured? Call 844-POSTMAN. It's free to see if you have a case. Others promise. Postman delivers.
Hey, it's Mike Evans with Todd Whalen from Advanced Tax Solutions. Todd, the government is shut down. The IRS is shut down. But what does that mean for folks who are dealing with the IRS?
Yeah, Mike, it's big news. The IRS has been laying off people again. So my advice right now really would be to take care of the problem while nobody's looking, especially if you have unfiled tax returns. It's better to just kind of slip them in right now when nobody's looking. A lot less scrutiny. And so now's the time to get in and, save yourself the stress. The slower they move, the better job we can do and the better outcome you're going to have. But if they're hot and heavy on your back, that's not the time to take care of a tax problem. So for your own peace of mind and sanity, if you have unfiled tax returns, give us a call today.
There he is, Todd Whalen, with over 30 years of experience helping people with their IRS issues. Please take advantage of what he can do for you. Call Advanced Tax Solutions, 303-753-6040.
Hi, I'm Terrell Davis, two-time world champion and Pro Football Hall of Famer. There is nothing more important than your health. That's why I made the smart move to invest in fitness equipment with Fitness Gallery. It's a game changer. I have a true treadmill at home. It's the smoothest and quietest I've ever been on.
Football is here, and Fitness Gallery's fall football sale is your playbook for a winning home gym. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit any of our 7 stores from Denver to Fort Collins and score big before the sale ends.
How good does it feel to let go of 82 pounds in just 16 weeks? And I feel free. Soda Weight Loss is the #1 weight loss company in America for client satisfaction and results.
In 16 weeks, I lost 82 pounds because I had learned how to eat smarter. And that's what soda does. They don't just help you lose weight fast, they help you keep it off with habits that last a lifetime.
No hunger, no shots, no guesswork.
You probably saved my life.
I mean, I was 30 pounds overweight. I went on soda, and now I'm healthy, and I just got off my blood pressure medicine and my cholesterol medicine, and that is amazing to me.
With Soda Weight Loss, you get real support to help you let go of the weight for good. And now it's easier than ever. Join Soda Weight Loss now, and your partner joins for free. Visit sodaweightloss.com. That's SOTA weightloss.com.
Soda is, say it with me, state of the art.
Don't miss Colorado football's 2 remaining home games of the 2025 season. Celebrate homecoming with the Buffaloes as CU faces the Arizona Wildcats on Saturday, November 1st. Then lock in your seats for Senior Day against the reigning Big 12 champs, Arizona State, on November 22nd. Great seats are still available at beautiful Folsom Field. Visit cubus.com/tickets or call 303-492-8282 and be there as Ralphie 7 leads the charge for your Colorado Buffaloes.
Hey, bro, weirdest thing is happening at the game. Every time I crack a Bud Light, we score a touchdown. I think I'm some kind of football prophet.
Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Stock up today. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Want to partake in our contests? Check out the rules at DenverSports.com. Every day at 3:30, the drive comes off the top rope to hit you with a 1, 2, 3.
Finally, The Rock has come back to Denver.
Tape your wrists, stretch your spandex, and oil your hair. Here's Zach and Phil with today's 3 count on the drive.
Let's come off the top rope with it!
1!
Alrighty. Tuesday is when the power rankings come out around the country. All right, and it's fun. It's a lot more fun checking in on the power rankings when the Denver Broncos are on a 5-game win streak. All right?
Everything's fun when you're winning. Winning is fun, Zach.
It's true.
Makes your life easier, and I'm telling you what, being in that facility and being on the losing side of things, it does not go well in that facility. Everybody's walking on eggshells. You're scared that the Grim Reaper, they call him the Grim Reaper, comes walking down those stairs. Hey, Phil, so-and-so wants to come see you, bring your iPad. Once they say bring the iPad, and you know you're not getting extended, you know you're getting cut, released. So when you're winning, everybody's happy and everybody keeps their job.
Well, right now, ESPN, as of today, moved the Broncos up from 11th to 9th in their current power rankings.
All right.
CBS had no change and left the Broncos 6th, which was already pretty bullish going into this past week. Sports Illustrated had the Broncos jumping from number 11 all the way into the top 5 at the current 4th best team in the NFL. Pro Football Talk had no change. It kept the Broncos at 5. And NFL.com was the one that I saw that has the Broncos ranked the lowest at 10th, despite being 6-2. What would be Phillip Lindsay's current power ranking for the Denver Broncos?
You know, I'm going to go with ranking them at 6th. All right, number 6, that 6th spot. You have Kansas City, you have Green Bay. They're battling maybe for that 6th spot, but as of right now, with the Denver Broncos being 6-2, starting to kind of get going offensively, defensively, we know that they're strong. Although PS2 is going to be out for some time, I'm putting them at number 6.
Okay.
They're not better than Tampa Bay. I got Tampa at 4. You got Buffalo. That I know you like. There's context to it, but it's Buffalo. You still got to respect them. Philly's another one that's still winning games. They seem like they're heating up. And Detroit, and you got the Colts that are just whooping everybody's butt.
What about Seattle? Seattle's good.
Seattle's
good.
A quiet good one, yes.
Yeah.
Tough.
I'll have them one notch lower than you at 7. I'll have them ranked ahead of the Eagles.
All right.
So I'll have Indianapolis, Detroit. Do I? I want to say no. I'm thinking Kansas City. Like, do I put Kansas City despite a 5-3 record? They're playing so well right now.
Like Cecil was like, hey, when we asked that question, Cecil seemed like he wasn't scared of them. Like, yeah, I'm nervous about Baltimore, but I'm more nervous about a team in our division that's starting to heat up too, and that's the Kansas City Chiefs that have won and went to the Super Bowl 3 times in a row. Like, come on now,
dude. And their defense. I mean, like the Packers. I'll put the Packers above them. I'm not putting the Eagles above them. I'll put Seattle above them. I'm not putting Buffalo ahead of them right now. I think the Broncos would beat Buffalo right now.
Ooh.
I'm being serious. I don't believe.
Where? In Buffalo?
In Denver.
Okay.
In Denver.
Say in Buffalo?
Buffalo has not beaten anyone. Buffalo hasn't beaten anyone. Their defense, I question it. I mean, there's people in Western New York wanting to fire the offensive coordinator, Joe Brady, and they just scored like 40. I mean, it's just. But when you watch them, it's like, what's going on?
Yeah.
So I'll have the Broncos at 7. So probably right in the middle of where ESPN, CBS, Sports Illustrated, Pro Football Talk, NFL.com, sort of right in the mix of all of it.
1, 2.
All right. How about Sean Payton? Do we, Dante? Can we get this here? Sean Payton cut 4. What did you think of the throwback uniforms?
Oh, I love them. They need to be our number 1 uniform. They need to find a way to implement them in every home game. They're beautiful. I'm going to go in there and steal me a helmet.
Dude.
I don't know how I'm going to get into the facility, but I'm going to find a way in there and steal a damn helmet.
Man, so I actually had a tweet that kind of went baby viral. I don't want to say viral.
Well, that's you on a daily basis. You're going viral all the time.
Yeah. But I said I've never seen so many people agree on a single issue as much as they do on the Broncos throwback uniforms. From all corners of the sports world, everyone seems to love them. I haven't seen a single opposing opinion. In a world of division and discourse, we have this. And there's like a photo of Bo Nix, throwing the ball in the throwbacks. And it's got almost 7,000 likes to it. But we found a guy. That doesn't like him.
There's always one.
Did you notice Sean Payton didn't wear them?
Sean, what are you doing?
He did not, dude. So you have
disrespect.
You have the entire football team and coaching staff. Like, did you see Vance Joseph's hoodie?
Yeah.
That is such a cold hoodie.
The light blue.
Yes, the light blue with the white strings and
the hat. Yeah, the
oh
hat.
My gosh, dude, it's so cold. I truly believe it's the best throwback uniform in the entire NFL. But we found a guy who didn't love what the Broncos wore on Sunday. Here's head coach Sean Payton.
Make no mistake about it, I'm probably the biggest fan of the throwback sweats, colors, and I listen. I wanted desperately to wear it. I just hate the match with the navy bottom. So we need to work on getting a lighter blue slack, or even I'd sport an orange slack if it was the right color.
Sean Payton turned him down. He came out in the regular Sunday by Sunday coaching stuff.
He's a stylist. He said, hey, look, if it doesn't match, I'm not wearing it.
How about that?
Wow, Sean.
That's kind of picky, is it not?
How are you going to say you're a fan, but don't wear it?
Yeah, he's like, I love it so much, but I refuse to put it on because I didn't like how it looked. Like, wait, so
I don't love it that much.
But isn't that so funny? The one guy who wouldn't put him on is Sean Payton because he didn't like the match.
I kind of want to see Sean in some orange pants, though. He said he would wear orange pants if it's the right type of orange.
Wait, hold on a second. Am I crazy? Didn't he wear all orange recently? Didn't he wear all orange? He had the orange hat, orange top. He looked like a traffic cone. I don't know if he wore orange pants, though, but he wore all orange in one of these games.
Some orange pants.
I know I'm not taking crazy pills. He wore all orange top, orange hat recently, but yeah.
He likes style. He's always wearing Jordans.
He's got to deal with them, yeah.
The only coach I know that wears Jordans every game day. Every practice.
But then I see him at the press conference. He'll put one foot on top of the other and grind it into the sneaker. I'm looking at the Jordans oh, dude, you're grinding the sole of your shoe into the top of your other shoe. Well, anyway, I said I couldn't find one dissenting opinion that didn't like the uniforms. Sean Payton was the one.
The head coach.
Next in the 3 count.
1, 2, 3.
So, this is not a new take or certainly not a hot take. But we're watching the greatest of all time play a sport in Shohei Ohtani. The greatest. And I don't think, you talk about not seeing dissenting opinions, I don't see a lot of pushback on Shohei being the greatest player of all time.
How could you have pushback?
I haven't seen it. Seeing is believing. We have never, ever, 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 ever seen anything like Shohei Ohtani and what he's doing.
Well, and this is why, I should have corrected Cecil when he was there, since Babe Ruth. No, we have never seen Shohei Ohtani before, ever.
No.
He's in a lane of his own. He's an alien.
He is an alien.
Period.
He is he's I want to say Victor Wembanyama of the Major League Baseball, but it's not even quite that. Like what we saw in the NLCS, and now what he's doing in the World Series. Dodgers outlast the Blue Jays. It was Freddie Freeman with a walk-off last night. I stayed up till the 17th inning.
How dare you?
Tap out, and then he homers in the bottom of the 18th inning.
Like, don't tap, Zach. You're almost there. You
Dude.
got 30 seconds left. Don't tap.
Crazy. Teams that win Game 3 in a 1-1 tied series go on to win this series around 70% of the time. It's not a lock or a promise, but certainly bodes well historically. Shohei had a historical performance. Started the game. This is silly. 4 for 4 with 2 home runs and 2 doubles before getting walked 5 straight times to end the game. He reached base safely 9 times in this game. And then he'll turn around and he'll start tonight on the mound for the Dodgers. Just like,
you can't make this up. Like this is must watch TV right now.
It's insane.
The drama.
Fellas, anything behind the glass here on this?
Yeah, you were talking about dissenting opinions on, if he's the greatest baseball player of all time. I think it's fair to say he might be the greatest athlete of all time. Like, up there with Tiger Woods, up there with Michael Jordan. Like, he's that kind of level right now.
Yeah, because he's unlocked something that should be impossible. The game is not set up for one person to have that big of an impact like he's having.
Yeah.
What we see in the NLCS, he pitched 6 scoreless innings and then had 3 home runs.
10 strikeouts in those 6 innings.
Yeah,
too.
and then the 10 strikeouts.
He won NLCS MVP, and he had a terrible first 2 games of the series, and even Game 3 wasn't good either. He basically won it in 1 game.
The man's not human.
It's just,
he's not.
It's insane. We are very, very lucky to be in this era of baseball, because trying to describe what we're seeing to a previous era, it wouldn't seem real.
Why, Mom and Dad? Why couldn't you have better genes, huh? I want to be 6'10".
Telling you what, man. What a freakazoid. All right. Is it time to start asking the big boy question when it comes to Deion Sanders? That's next.
The Broncos followed up their magical finish last week with a dominating win over the Cowboys. Have Sean Payton and Bo Nix finally shown what Denver's offense is truly capable of? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey, it's Mike Evans. Let's talk about your hair. If you're losing it and desire it back, then do what I did and go see Dr. Tanya Pauls at Advanced Hair Restoration. Their simple one-day treatment offers life-changing results that I can personally attest to. Guys, it's not magic, but close to it. They put hair where you need it the most, and bam, it grows. It's actually science. Advanced Hair has it all. Top-rated Dr. Tanya Pauls, modern technology, and best of all, you get your very own natural hair that begins regrowing the very next day. Advanced Hair even guarantees it to grow for life. So schedule your free consultation today. Call 720-459-HAIR and you'll get $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. That's 720-459-HAIR. Advanced Hair is the winner of Westward's Best of Denver, and they've changed tens of thousands of lives, including mine. Become inspired with the before and afters at advancedhair.com. That's advancedhair.com.
Every time I turn around, my friends at Pure Talk give me one more reason to feel good about switching. This month, for instance, they're supporting Canines for Warriors, a terrific organization that trains rescue dogs and then pairs them up with combat veterans struggling with PTSD. The result? They're saving lives on both ends of the leash. This is why I switched to Pure Talk. I like being in business with an American wireless company who shares my values. Yeah, I appreciate unlimited talk, text, and plenty of 5G data for just $25 a month, and I bet you will too. But I think you'll really appreciate doing business with a company who gives back to the men and women who volunteered to defend our country. Just dial pound 250, say micro. With Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team, you can switch in as little as 10 minutes. Again, dial pound 250, say micro, to switch to an American wireless company who actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
Hey guys, it's Zach By here for 5280 Exteriors. Right now, they've got a great deal on windows, so take advantage before the snow starts falling. Order your windows in October, finance your project with them, and you won't pay anything until November of 2027. Be warm during the holidays. Don't wait to upgrade your home. Order windows or siding from 5280 Exteriors before the cold weather arrives. Call 5280 Exteriors now and see how low your monthly payment can go. 5280 exteriors. The altitude of quality.
Who wants the lowest rate for life?
I do.
I do. Everyone does, but it's only U.S. Mortgages. Lock in a low rate today, and if rates fall in the future, we will redo your loan and lower your rate without any lender fees, including the appraisal. There's no limit to the number of times you can do this. Always have the lowest rate for life. Get our 475 5-year fixed rate, 5.89 APR. Call 303-LOW-RATE or online at usmloan.com.
All loans subject to approval and change. See website for complete details. License number 392126.
It's back. Football is back, Broncos country, which means summer is almost over. And that means it's time for game days. Whether you're heading to Empower Field or traveling to Boulder to cheer on Coach Prime and the Buffs, you got to get there in style and on time. So let my friends at Hermes Worldwide handle the traffic and parking, and you handle the rest, which means have as much fun as possible and make as many memories as you can. So let Hermes Worldwide get you to and from the game safe. All you need to do is call Hermes Worldwide at 303-577-7600 or visit ridehermes.com/DenverSports to book your next ride today.
Catch Telestrator Tuesday weekly on Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, where Stink or Stoke dive into the past weekend's games with a coach's eye, using insights into what went right and wrong on critical plays. Telestrator Tuesdays, powered by Colorado Credit Union. Love where you live, love where you bank.
Another summer has ended, and you may have noticed that your energy is lower, your workouts aren't as productive, perhaps you aren't sleeping as well and feel foggy all the time, maybe even your sex drive is off. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if you're experiencing some or all of these symptoms, it's likely you have low testosterone. And if that's what's going on with you, don't wait. You need to call us at Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic and get treated for your low T, because living with low testosterone is no way to live. With our low T treatments, if you're like most guys, your life will change considerably. Improved sleep, better energy, greater gains in the gym, better mental clarity, and your sex drive will likely improve as well. Plus, most men see these results in just a few weeks. So call us. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes PSA and T-test and a medical consult. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
Stay up to date on the Broncos and the latest news from around the league with our NFL insider James Palmer, exclusively on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Mondays on The Rundown with Richie Carney, Tuesday afternoons on The Drive, and Friday mornings on Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, all season long. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. Denver.
Broadcasting live from 2 to 5:30 p.m. Stop by, say hi before you head home and take the kids out trick-or-treating. Bud Light is going to be giving away a pair of tickets to Broncos Raiders on Thursday Night Football, November 6th, along with 2 Bud Light VIP tailgate passes. You have to be 21 to enter that contest. Bud Light, official beer sponsor of the Denver Broncos. Skippy's Bar and Grill, Friday. Tell a friend, tell an enemy.
Ooh, you talk about the Raiders, Zach. I mean, I got a little taste of it there at the end when they were in Oakland. You know, and they played in the A Stadium.
Yeah.
Zach, it was so thick. That air was so thick when you would drive into there, and it just felt the energy was different. It was like a negative energy, and always smelled like weed. You already know how that was.
Oh, yeah.
And it was just one of them hostile environments where you had fans that had nooses with a horse head.
Yeah.
And they're throwing it at the bus as you go in.
Hilarious.
Raiders.
I love it. That's old school. All right, so is it time to start asking the big boy question when it comes to Deion?
Uh-oh.
And I know some people are already, calling for this, but
yeah, Will Peterson.
Well, he wants to fire everyone. I mean,
he does.
Will is
like, what are we doing, Will?
He is.
I'm going to have to mute him.
He is a trip. Let's just say that. have things ran their course with Deion up in Boulder, or do you think people like Will and people like him are being prisoners of the moment after a really ugly loss?
Yeah, look, as of right now, one, Deion Sanders is not going anywhere because you just paid him a bunch of money. Two, he's what's best for this program moving forward because of what he can bring to the table, not just as a guy that can bring in money for the program, but he is bringing in talented players. He's bringing in players that I've never got to see before when I was playing with the Buffs. Like, they have talent. It comes down to coaching. It comes down to making sure you have the right people around you. So I had to get that out of the way. I don't believe Deion Sanders is going anywhere, and a lot of people are a prisoner of the moment because of what just happened, a massacre. I was upset. All of us were upset watching that game. But when you take a step back and you kind of rethink things through and then go back to the basics of things, it's like, keep him where he's at. He is not going anywhere. He shouldn't be fired right now. Like, if we're in year 5 and this is happening, okay. All right, like, it's all about performance, and you're in a performance-based business, and if you're not performing, then you lose your job because of it. But you still have to give Coach Prime more time. That's just how it goes, man.
Well, you know what? A part of the reason why I think that I'll speak for myself because I don't want to speak for anybody else.
Yeah.
But a part of the thing that like gets put on the scale of judgment is that you said with conviction repeatedly that this was a better team than the one that you had.
Yeah.
And it's sort of like Sean Payton calling a shot, and when things aren't going well, that gets brought up because
all the time.
It's just low-hanging fruit of criticism. So I think that, at least for myself, a part of, like, I've been even more critical on the Buffs this year because of that. And so, but also I want to say this too, like, ultimately I agree with you. It's not time right now for Deion to get fired, okay? If he had framed this up a little bit differently from an expectation standpoint, I don't know if he would be getting skewered right now in certain circles that he is. But also, I have to say this too, and I'm not, I don't like play defense for the Buffs.
No, you pick it a la carte. You love to say that.
Like, the Buffs have lost to some pretty good teams. Like Georgia Tech, Houston, BYU, Iowa State, and Utah. Or excuse me, they beat Iowa State, TCU, and Utah.
Yeah.
Those are really good teams. We'll get their combined record here in just a second, but I think it will surprise people. But again, when you set the bar and say, no, this is a better team, and you lose 53-7 on national television, it leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah, but also, what do you want him to say? You want him to be like, hey, this is not a good team? Like, he's feeling confident about his team because of some of the players that he got. Because of maybe at that time Juju. Are you thinking Juju's going to come in at some point and he's going to be the guy that we brought in? He's a 5-star recruit. Caden Salter, another one where he's thinking like he's going to be able to be a guy that we can count on because he's a veteran that has played a lot of football. So you're feeling good about yourself. And then you get into this moment and you start to see other teams around you that are really, really good. And you're saying, okay, maybe we're not as good as I thought. And that happens. But you still have to stay confident. You still have to believe in your team, especially before the season even starts. And then as the season goes, it takes on a life of its own. And you hope that you're on the other side of it and you're winning games and you're having success. But you're not. You got to go back to the drawing board and try to figure things out. If I'm Coach Prime, after this season is done, like I said earlier, you're only as good as the coaches around you. I like what Robert Livingston is doing. I think that you keep Robert Livingston right where he's at.
Ooh. The shine has come off here recently.
I agree. I agree with that, Zach. But also, let him pick the players that he wants. If you're going to the transfer portal, bring in the type of players that fits his defense. Offensively, you got to go out there and you got to get an offensive-minded coach that's creative. Maybe a younger coach that's hungry and wants to prove that he belongs in this league or in college football, I should say. Like when I'm watching that Utah game, the creativity, Zach, was out of this world.
Yeah.
It was insane.
Well, Pat Shurmur, he's not it, and he hasn't been it. And I've never, ever, ever co-signed the fact that he could be it. It's not good, and I don't care that he has NFL on his resume.
No.
It was never a good idea. Never a good idea. Pat Shurmur's Pat Shurmur. We have 20 years of sample size to evaluate. the record of the combined record of the teams that have beat Colorado. So this is the teams that they have lost to. And I think this, because this is important context. 35 wins, 5 losses. That's the combined record.
They're good.
Of the teams that they have lost to. Georgia Tech, Houston, BYU, TCU, Utah. 35-5. So again, I'm not in the business of playing defense for the Buffs, but that's really important context that needs to be baked into these conversations.
Yeah, Deion's not going anywhere. So Will Peterson, the Fire, and Deion, no, not right now. Now at some point, if you can't get over the hump, just like any other coach, or all these other coaches that are getting fired, it's going to happen to you if you can't get the job done.
Yep, especially when they're paying you top-tier money, because that gets baked into this conversation as well. But the average record of teams that have beaten CU is 7-1. So let's just keep that in mind. Okay, just how believable are the Broncos becoming when it comes to being a bona fide Super Bowl contender? We'll ask James Palmer coming up next.
The Fan Flyaway is back, presented by 303 Log 4040. Save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. To kick off 2026, Denver Sports 1043 The Fan is sending you to Phoenix for the biggest party in golf. Airfare, hotel tickets, and $500 in spending money all included. Head to thefanflyaway.com to register. That's thefanflyaway.com. Denver Sports 1043. The Fan.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with a Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Rain-X wipers are the #1 wiper blades in America. That means all kinds of drivers choose Rain-X. Big drivers in small cars choose Rain-X. Small drivers in big cars choose Rain-X. Drivers with long hair and short commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with short hair and long commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with pets on board, babies on board, and bored babies on board choose Rain-X. Basically, drivers who love a clear view of the road all choose Rain-X wipers, the #1 wiper blades in America.
Heads up, pros. Now's your chance to unlock deeper savings. The Home Depot's new Pro Extra Preferred pricing can help you save thousands on the products your business uses the most. But the current benefit ends November 15th. Don't miss out. Registration for the new program is free and easy. Just bring your tax ID or business or contractor's license to the Pro Desk. Register now to lock in the best wholesale prices before it's too late.
What if you could delay your next 2 mortgage payments? That's right. Imagine putting those 2 payments in your pocket and finally getting a little breathing room ahead of the holidays. It's possible when you call American Financing today. If you're feeling stretched by everyday expenses, groceries, gas, bills piling up, you're not alone. Most Americans are putting these expenses on credit cards, and credit card rates are insane in the 20s or even 30s. American Financing can show you how to use your home's equity to pay off that debt with rates in the low 5s. Their salary-based mortgage consultants are helping homeowners just like you restructure their loans and save money every month, all without upfront fees. Their customers are saving an average of $800 a month. That's like a $10,000 raise without having to change jobs. Call American Financing before it's too late at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org. APR for rates in the 5s start at 6.196% for well-qualified buyers. Call 303-695-7000 for details about credit costs and terms.
Hey, bro, weirdest thing is happening at the game. Every time I crack a Bud Light, we score a touchdown. I think I'm some kind of football prophet.
Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Stock up today. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Halloween's here. Costumes, candy, and maybe a few scares. But nothing scarier than being ghosted by your insurance company after an accident. At Postman Law, we've delivered over $3 billion to our clients, and we make it simple. Speed, ease, results. With free case evaluations and no fee unless we win, you're never left in the dark. Call 844-POSTMAN or visit postmanlaw.com. Others promise. Postman delivers. This is attorney advertising.
Hi, I'm Terrell Davis, two-time world champion and Pro Football Hall of Famer. There is nothing more important than your health. That's why I made the smart move to invest in fitness equipment with Fitness Gallery. It's a game changer. I have a true treadmill at home. It's the smoothest and quietest I've ever been on.
Football is here, and Fitness Gallery's fall football sale is your playbook for a winning home gym. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit any of our 7 stores from Denver to Fort Collins and score big before the sale ends.
The right financial strategies can make a huge difference, especially if you're nearing retirement. Adam Mueller talks retirement strategies with Mile High Money. Saturday mornings at 8 on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
International Hunt Association and Durana Hybrid, reigniting racing and skilled trades, mentorship, education, legacy. Get your tickets now at ihra.com.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver.
You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, on Tuesdays, right around this time, we check in with our guy, James Palmer, and, veteran NFL reporter, and he joins us now. And James, I think that despite the Broncos being on a 4-game win streak coming into the Dallas week, there was still angst and concern and maybe hedging just how excited you would be about this football team. And I think that, the phrase that we would use is despite winning games, which is hard to do in the league, they lacked a believability from that top tier standpoint. How much closer to closing that gap did Sunday do for you in that type of conversation?
Yeah, it might have changed the Cowboys season, honestly. I think Jerry was much more of a buyer prior to that game. And I think what Denver did to that defense, which asking around to the league in the last, 48 hours, it's the worst defense in the league. I don't think there's anything they do well. But what Denver did to them maybe made Jerry, to my understanding, go, I don't know if one player fixes this. I don't know if a trade fixes what we're doing defensively. That's what Denver went out and did. And when I was in that tunnel and Jerry comes out of the locker room and we're all waiting to talk to him, he's like, they beat us physically in every aspect of the game. I mean, that's the first words out of Jerry's mouth. And I think that showed you what Denver is capable of. When I talked to players in the locker room, as well as it went offensively, guys on that side of the ball said to me, we can be even better than this as an offense, which I think is a great sign. But on the other side of the ball is the one that stood out to me. I mean, nobody offensively was playing better than Dak with all of those weapons. The ability to run the ball against you. Jake Ferguson was a non-factor. 2 number ones. They're going to get theirs. Like CD and George are going to get numbers. But you still were able, even when Surtain went down, to make Dak as uncomfortable as I've seen him all season. And I think those two things together that I mentioned on both sides of the ball showed you that Denver has these traits to be among that top group in the AFC, certainly.
Now, James, you quickly said his name, Pat Surtain, and we've talked about this, Zach By and I, on a scale of 1 to 10. How concerned are you with PS2's injury and for the Denver Broncos defense moving forward? For me, I'm very concerned. He's a defensive player of the year, and yet he's not going to be out there for 3, maybe 4 games, maybe even more. So for you, how concerned are you?
It's a concern. I mean, you don't win Defensive Player of the Year for nothing. You're right, Phil. Like, you're one of the best players in the league. You are the best player at what you do. This defense is designed to try to funnel the ball other places, to create turnovers, to do other things. There's a specific design to the way they play defense with PS2 on the field because of the way teams just don't like to go towards them. And they know the mistake that they do if they do go towards them, and Pat can make them pay. What I don't want to say like, this is an opportunity for Riley Moss, for Jahdae Barron. This is one of the deeper position groups that this team has to maybe have some growth for some players. And I hate to say it, but we just saw, Dallas go through this. When CeeDee Lamb went down, George Pickens grew in his role in that offense, and they got better maybe as an offense. When Puka Nacua went down, who was the focal point of the Rams, Devontae Adams got a chance to be the guy and grow in his chemistry with Matthew Stafford. Obviously, the other side of the ball, but you can grow as a player, a couple of these guys in the secondary, when you don't have PS2 on the field. So I'll try to think positive and go, you're in a good spot now in terms of your record. Obviously, we know what the couple of next games are. But at the same time, maybe you grow as a secondary because they're deep there. And maybe in the back end of the season, when he returns, you go, well, we might be better as a secondary because of the time without Pat. You could look at it from that standpoint because we've seen that happen around the league a little bit.
James Palmer with us. James, it was a youth movement on Sunday. We saw R.J. Harvey score 3 touchdowns. Now, there's context to how he got there for sure, but he deserves a bunch of credit for that. He may never have a game like that again the rest of his career. You have Pat Bryant catching his first touchdown pass as a Denver Bronco. You have Jahdae Barron having his first interception of the season. Troy Franklin scores not just 1 but 2 touchdowns. I mean, there was everyone who got in the end zone was 24 years of age or younger. Who stood out the most to you?
I think Troy is really, really valuable to this team. I think a compliment to Court is big. And I think there's people around the league, it's trade deadline time coming up next Tuesday, guys. And this is all I'm doing is calling teams and figuring out what guys might be available. And there's people outside of Denver that are going, because I think there's going to be some moves at the receiver spot. I think somebody out of New Orleans is going to be parting ways. Maybe it's Shaheed or Jacoby Myers with the Raiders is on the move. And people think Denver is in that mix. I don't get the sense that they are. I think Sean wants these guys to play. He wants them to grow. I don't think he makes the move to trade to Devon Vele before the season starts if he didn't have this faith in the guys that are there. And I host a show with my buddy Steve Smith, and Steve was saying yesterday, he's like, Troy Franklin's really starting to show me something, man. Like I got to start putting on the film of Troy and see what he can do, because I'm starting to like some of the stuff he's bringing. I think that's the part that really stands out to me. RJ is a great compliment to JK in the backfield. I think the compliment to Cortland is important. I think Pat, great. You need depth. He's a physical receiver, a bigger body guy. But if Troy Franklin can keep growing by leaps and bounds, I think it makes this offense exponentially better.
Now, James, I don't know if you want to answer this or not. I'm putting you on the spot.
Nope. Don't want to.
There we go.
Oh, okay.
I'm putting you on the spot just for Broncos country, because all of us have heard and listened to Sean talk about how he feels like this could be a Super Bowl winning team. But then all of us have watched these games, and at times it seems like the offense has been lackadaisical and needs a little bit more firepower. So would you be a guy that would want to go in and be a buyer before the trade deadline and maybe add a weapon to help Bo Nix out?
I would certainly be calling. That's where I would be. I think the Joker part with Evan Ingram seems to be a slow burn right now. We'll see if that continues to grow. I don't think, you go get a David Njoku. I don't know if that entirely changes your offense, but there's a couple of receivers, guys, that are most likely going to be on the move. I know Pittsburgh's looking. I know Buffalo is desperately looking right now for somebody on the boundary. Keon Coleman has just not worked out. So is it Rashid Shaheed? Is he available? He's going to be a free agent after this year. That's a rental if you're not going to bring him back. Do you feel like you're in a position to rent somebody and give up the capital for that? I think that's the decision you're making. Like if the Giants are looking at receivers right now, it's because they want somebody now and they want somebody to be a complement of Malik Neighbors in the future. That's the way the Patriots are approaching the deadline. They have to help you in the future, not rent anybody. Where is Denver's thinking right now? I'm not entirely sure, but I know George is one of the GMs that's usually more active in terms of figuring out the marketplace. I wouldn't overspend, Phil. I think this team has done well drafting. I think they're close in that sense. And I think Sean has given the vibe that he has faith in these young players. And if they don't play, they don't develop. And I think that's where Sean's thinking is. So I don't see it being the move. What we're going to see more importantly is them face a Texans defense that is night and day different from that Dallas Cowboys defense. This will show you where they are offensively. When you look at a team giving up 14.7 points a game with edge rushers, lure, secondary, all three levels, they're outstanding. I can't wait to see this game Sunday to see if this offense is for real. Then, Phil, that's usually when the phone lines light up. Everybody's getting told no right now. After Sunday, a lot of thinkers in certain buildings change and mindsets change in terms of being sellers between the game Sunday and Tuesday's deadline.
Yeah, harder to find more contrast week over week, going from playing from the Dallas Cowboys defense to the Texans. And you could look at the odds makers, the total on Sunday's game was over 50. This next game is in the 30s, literally one of the lowest totals on the board for both defenses that will share that field. Final question before we go. It's almost like obligatory. I have to ask you, Bo Nix, where are you at now going into week 9?
I think he was in complete command in that game. I think there was an emphasis. What I understand is that was the best practice week some players said they've had in 2 years. I think the attention to detail that they had, I think you saw Bo get to the back of his drop, plant the foot, and knew where he was going. You saw the quick game. You saw the accuracy. You saw the athleticism. You saw a lot of confidence, I think. I'm excited to see it take another step. I think this was great. We've seen flashes. I think he's checked the boxes, guys, on like the competitiveness, the closer aspect, the ability to play games in the fourth quarter and not be fazed by a deficit. All of those clutch moment genes, I think he has. Can he put it together for 4 quarters? He did it brilliantly this past week. This is a great step towards what you want to build, in my opinion, in a couple of weeks on your measuring stick against Mahomes and the Chiefs in a few weeks down the road.
James, great stuff as always. Appreciate your time here on a Tuesday. We'll do this again and react to Broncos-Texans.
Certainly. I didn't wear green. I feel like everybody's wearing green today. But now I can see your faces. It's wonderful.
I love it. I love it. All right, JP, great stuff. We'll chat next week.
Yep, see you, boys.
All right, there he goes. And I do want to react to Bo Nix and what James just had to say about the young quarterback. And I do know this. Over the last 2 weeks, he's got significantly better at one crucial thing. We'll talk about that coming up next.
With 3 touchdowns from R.J. Harvey, the first career score for Pat Bryant, and a key interception from Jahdae Barron,
the Broncos rookie class was on fire against the Cowboys. Is Denver's young class peaking at just the right time?
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Gentlemen, happy Tuesday. And I know you already know this, but I'm going to tell you anyway. Intimacy is a special moment when we feel deeply connected to the ones we love. Truly, guys, there are only a few experiences in life as wonderful as these. And I'm here to tell you that Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic is proud of the work they do in treating erectile dysfunction and other sexual health conditions. How many guys out there have a mediocre sex life? Is it just good enough, or could it be really good? Nah, better yet, could it be great? Because all you guys out there deserve to have great sex. Maybe the pills are just working okay, but could it be better? Well, at Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, their treatments work when the pills and herbals fail you. They have treatments with success rates well over 90%. And some of these treatments can have you last an hour or even more if you want to go that long. All you have to do is schedule a consult with Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic today. Your initial visit is only $99. This will include a medical consult with a Colorado licensed medical provider, a T and PSA test, and if medically advised, a test dose. And here's the kicker, gentlemen. If the test dose does not work in the office, the visit is absolutely free. They also have 5 locations out there to serve you, so there are no excuses. You could go to Fort Collins, North Denver, Central Denver, Castle Rock, and Colorado Springs. So give them a call today at 720-440-7900 or visit RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. That's RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Hey, Mr. C, it's me. Well, I just picked up the ring. I actually went to Hellsberg. Thanks for that recommendation. Kate's gonna love that hers is from the same jeweler you got Mrs. C's ring from. They were so helpful throughout the whole process. They even knew your family by name, and the ring looks great. Anyways, I just couldn't wait to let you guys know. Call me back and wish me luck.
Hellsberg, designed with care and craft since 1915. Shop in store or at hellsberg.com.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here from my friends at Xfinity, and the other day I'm over at a friend's place. He's pumped to watch football, but his setup, total mess. Lagging, buffering, switching between apps, trying to find a game. He claimed to be a big fan, but I feel like I was being fan-fished. See, if you call yourself a football fan, you gotta have Xfinity. It's the ultimate sports destination. I can find the best games and my favorite teams all in one place. And the way I watch, well, it's next level. It's the perfect fan flex. I've got all the action right in my living room, plus Xfinity's best picture and sound with enhanced 4K, so clear it feels like like I'm in the stadium. Sometimes I've got 4 games going on at once. Why? Because why not? On top of that, I get real-time notifications, live stats right on my TV. It's the best seat in the house every single time. Next game day, make sure that big fan isn't a big fail. Learn more at Xfinity.com. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Multi-view requires Xfinity 4K cable TV box.
You gave years, maybe decades to your job. You showed up, worked hard, and planned for retirement. But now, the company's changed. Or maybe you've taken a buyout or been forced into early retirement. So, what happens next? I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. And if you've built up a 401k or thrift savings plan, now is the time to ask, is that money really working for you? Many workplace retirement plans offer limited options and even less guidance. At Trajan Wealth, we help people just like you roll over their accounts into IRAs with more flexibility and personalized investment strategies built around your goals. For households with $500,000 or more, let us build you a personalized plan. We operate on veteran values, service, trust, and doing what's right. Your next chapter starts now. Call Trajan today, 720-204-8100. That's 720-204-8100.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. See website for details.
They say there's no such thing as a free lunch, but not true, I say. Hey, everybody, Dan Jacobs with Jacobs Law and 303 Law 4040, and I'm here to tell you about the best, absolute best free meal in all of Denver. Times are tight right now. You go to the grocery store, things are insane. So we all could use a little bit of help. No questions asked. Anybody that needs it can come by every first and third Thursday. Here's how it works. You pull up, you pop your trunk. They put free groceries for the week in your trunk, and they say, how many hot meals do you need? We pass those to you right through your window, and this is good stuff. This is not soup kitchen stuff. I smoke these meats personally. Delicious pulled pork. I got my special secret Chipotle chicken recipe. It is fantastic. Please help us spread the word. Anybody that needs it, Smoky Hill and Arapahoe Road every first and third Thursday, 4 to 6 p.m. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me personally. It's Dan Jacobs at 303 Law 4040.
If you don't think doing a quick and free check of your finances is worth it, let me share this recent customer story. Jason and Barbara H. from Denver called us wanting to see if they could save money. Credit was okay and there was a good amount of debts. Their fear was another lender they went to first, shame on them, told them yes in the beginning and then denied them during the process. When they called us, we not only approved the loan, we saved them $3,900 a month.
What? $3,900 a month?
Yes, this couple just saved $3,900 a month by calling U.S. Mortgages. And best of all, with our lowest rate for life guarantee, if the market improves in the future, even as little as 0.5%, they can redo the loan and increase their savings further without any lender or appraisal fees. You could be our next success story. Call 303-LOW-RATE. That's 303-LOW-RATE or online at usmloan.com.
All loans subject to approval and change. License number 392126.
Stokely here from my friends at 5280 Waste Solutions of Denver. Unhappy with your home or business trash and recycling service? Need a temporary dumpster for a project? Call 5280 Waste Solutions at 303-529-2329. Colorado isn't just where they work, it's home. They guarantee swift, on-time pickup for residential and commercial customers. Make the switch and get reliable local service you can count on. Go to 5280waste.com. 5280 Waste Solutions, your hometown brand.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan's powered by Archwell Health. Primary care for adults age 60 and older.
Tune into Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Wednesdays at 9:15 to hear ESPN NFL analyst Dan Orlovsky break down Bo Nix and the Broncos every week during football season. Denver Sports, 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Just finished up rapping with James Palmer, our NFL veteran reporter who joins us on Tuesdays right around 4 o'clock. If you want to react to anything he said, you can hit us up on the RamosLaw.com text line 303-713-1043.
Oh, James, man. I remember we were playing the Jets, 2018. It was in New Jersey. That's the first time I found out it wasn't the New York Jets. It's
Yep.
New Jersey.
Yep.
It's New York, but it's in New Jersey.
There's one team who plays in New York.
For some reason, James was on the Jets side. Maybe because they were winning. He was being a traitor, and I get pushed out of bounds. I don't know if he remembers this. I'm gonna ask him. I get pushed out of bounds, and I see James, and instead of stopping, I run him over, and then I
Really?
get mad at him.
Stop.
I got mad at him for being right there because it's like, dude, you gotta get out the way, and James didn't say anything. So, but I feel bad now that I know James and he's a great friend. It's like, man, what was I doing? What was I doing? Why did I run James over?
But you kind of did it on purpose. Kind of?
Well, it was just like you're there, like
Yeah.
you got to protect me. I'm gonna run right through you,
Yeah.
so I don't like stop and hurt myself.
Right.
But yeah, James, man.
I still see about once a weekend someone just get trucked on the sideline. I saw
That's
it again
always
this
gonna
past weekend. Just camera guy or whatever, just
The camera guys, they get it the worst.
get smoked, man.
Man.
Get smoked.
Cheerleaders though, cheerleaders get smoked too sometimes.
Yeah, I've seen that too. All right, Bo Nix. Where are we at with young Bo? It feels like every week we're sort of checking in on Sean Payton said, hey, and we're not going to do a weekly Bo Nix power ranking or however he put it. He won't, but we kind of do.
Yeah, as we should. Like, look, we all want Bo Nix to succeed. He has to succeed if we're going to get to where we want to be as a fan base, as a coaching staff over there. That's the Super Bowl. You have to have a quarterback. That's a fact.
Yep.
And so for Bo Nix, when you have a great start to your career, your rookie year, and then you kind of do have a little sophomore slump to begin this year, we're going to talk about it. We're going to critique it. He's the quarterback. The better he does, the better the team is going to be down the line when you're playing against tougher opponents. For Bo Nix, it seems like he's starting to understand it. At least against Dallas, he was able to put a full game together finally. His first game of the year this year where he put a full game together and he looked comfortable, he looked confident, and he just looked like he was taking control and that this was his team. And so, of course, we're going to critique Bo and where we're at with Bo. You know me. I already said Bo is our franchise quarterback, and maybe it's just because of the hope. Maybe it's because we've been through so much with the quarterback position, the quarterback carousel, and I'm done with it. Maybe it's because Bo Nix had a phenomenal year last year, and we're still winning games, and we're 6-2, and Bo Nix at times doesn't look at his best. But yet he still goes out there and finds ways to win. But so for Bo Nix, as of right now, it looks like he's in a rhythm, a groove. It looks like he needed a little bit of confidence, Zach. And what that confidence does to you when you're going against Dallas and you're able to just dice them up and surgically just move down the field on them, it's like, I can do this. I do belong here. I am going to be here for a very long time, so tighten up. It is working with me. And we can throw the ball downfield and not just screens. So for Bo Nix, I think it was a wake-up call to him that, hey, man, you're here, and we all believe in you.
Well, it's hard to have a better 5-quarter sequence than Bo Nix just had in the fourth quarter against the G-Men and then the all 4 quarters against Dallas. Take a step back and look at it like this. He had the 2 passing touchdowns and 2 rushing touchdowns in the fourth quarter, right? Against the Giants. First time in the history of professional football that's ever been done in any quarter, let alone the fourth quarter of a massive comeback where you had a 0.02% chance to win the game.
Look at Bo making history.
But how about following it up with 4 touchdown passes against Dallas? That means in the last 5 quarters, Bo Nix has accounted for 8 touchdowns. That's almost impossible to replicate. Now, again, context with the Dallas stuff and blah, blah, blah. You guys know the
context.
deal. You guys know the deal. But also, if we were going to throw out, and they do this sometimes with like testing, where you throw out the lowest score. I remember they used to take like the
ACT?
the SATs.
SAT.
And back in my day, it was like out of 1,600 or whatever, and you got to, if you took it for a second time, they would take out like the lowest portion of whatever your math portion was and throw it out. So they would combine your 2 best.
Well, they took out all yours.
You know what? What did I score on that thing? I got, you know what? I took it a second time. I got a 980 on my first SAT. I took it a second time, got the same score, but because it was in 2 different categories, I got to 1,000. And I had several college coaches at the time say, just get to 1,000. I can get you in the school with hoops. So that was my goal. But if we're going to kind of do that exercise with Bo and just throw out, his worst game, which statistically is the Titans game, week 1, where he had multiple interceptions and had a QBR of about 16, a traditional quarterback rating of about 60. Compare that to the 117 he had this past week. But if you just take out the Titans game, and I know life doesn't work like this, but in this case, we'll just do it for fun. Since week 2, Bo Nix, 17 touchdown passes. That's second most in the NFL. 1,780 yards. That's the 6th most yards in the NFL. 7 sacks taken. That is the fewest amount between games 2 and week 2 and week 8. So he is, it may have not felt like it during some of these halves or whole games offensively, but Bo Nix is, he's figuring this thing out.
Yeah, it's starting to click for Bo. It's like that young kid or our kids, Zach, where it's like at one point it doesn't click. And then all of a sudden one day they're doing the thing they weren't doing 2 days ago. And for Bo, it's like the more reps he gets under center, because when you're in the game, you're getting the reps, valuable reps, you're going to start to see these defenses. And after a while of seeing all the defenses that you can possibly have in the league, now you can start to dissect them. And now you feel more comfortable because you know how I've seen this before. I know who's coming. I know who to hit. I know what Sean wants done. I'm more confident. I trust my offensive line a little bit more because I'm doing my part in identifying the scheme, identifying the blitz. So for Bo Nix, it's just continuing to learn. Lean on Davis Webb, the quarterback coach. Lean on Sean Payton. Trust the process. Trust your offensive line. Trust that your running back's going to take up for you or pick up that blitz so that you can stay in the pocket a little bit longer. And the reason I say that is because of Bo Nix' touchdown to Troy Franklin, Zach. It was beautiful. Bo trusted his offensive line. He trusted that J.K. was going to pick up the blitz, which J.K. did. Bo Nix climbed the pocket, set his feet, and it was a beautiful throw to Troy Franklin for a touchdown. I want to see more of that. In order to do that, Bo Nix has to identify the blitz and be confident in his abilities and be confident in what Sean has out there as the play call.
Well, when it comes to the blitz and identifying it and actually performing well despite being blitzed, now this is only a 2-week sample size, and this was put out there by Luca Evans from the Denver Post. I want to give him credit. When blitzed the last 2 weeks, it's just 2 weeks, but he's completing 65% of his passes for 159 yards on 17 attempts, 11 completions, 4 touchdowns, not a single turnover, a quarterback rating of 135 over the last 2 weeks when he's been blitzed.
Let's go. That's Bo. He's getting it. He's figuring it out. Now let's do it against Houston, a tough defense.
All right, what kind of ripple effect will be felt within the Broncos as they move forward without their best football player? That's next.
Broncos star Patrick Surtain suffered a pectoral strain in the win over the Cowboys. The reigning Defensive Player of the Year is expected to miss multiple weeks and is a candidate to be placed on injured reserve. With a pivotal stretch of games ahead, can Denver's secondary hold up without its best player? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
I'm Navy vet Phil Briggs, here for Navy Federal Credit Union. I always love Veterans Day because it's when I see my buddies posting up pictures of us when we were younger and built for speed. Navy Federal Credit Union also celebrates veterans of all branches and their families every day of the year. As a veteran, you can become a member and access exclusive rates, discounts, and financial tools for the whole family. So become a member today at NavyFederal.org/veterans. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
It's the Medicare Advantage annual enrollment period, and Humana knows not everyone has the same needs when picking a Medicare Advantage plan.
Now that I'm retired, I want to enjoy the life I've worked hard to build. So I want a plan that covers me when I'm traveling the country.
Humana has a plan for that.
As a veteran, I want a plan that fills in the gaps my VA coverage doesn't provide, like dental care.
Humana has a plan for that.
I feel good about my health. I just want care and coverage with predictable costs. No surprises.
Humana has a plan for that. With a Humana Medicare Advantage plan, you get coverage and benefits that focus on what matters most to you. Learn more at gethumana.com. Humana, a more human way to healthcare. Humana is a Medicare Advantage HMO and PPO organization with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in any Humana plan depends on contract renewal.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first, on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
If you have a tax problem, please don't put your destiny with the IRS in the hands of a salesperson. This is Todd Whalen, founder of Advanced Tax Solutions. Many companies use commissioned salespeople that may not have your best interest at heart. At Advanced Tax Solutions, you will only meet licensed professionals who are also certified in tax resolution. You will never meet an unlicensed salesperson to determine your fate. You can trust Advanced Tax Solutions for good advice, and the meeting is free. AdvancedTaxSolutions.com.
This is Jeff for Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, where we've successfully treated thousands of men for low testosterone and helped them feel like their old selves again. Please take a moment and listen to how we help Greg.
Hi, my name is Greg. I've been a patient of Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic for over 10 years. I noticed that I was really tired. I was lethargic. I didn't sleep really well, and I was overweight. My waist was 4 inches over what it should have been. It was really difficult for me to lose the body shape I didn't like. And of course, my marriage, yes. No man in their 40s wants to have low libido in their marriage. I'm really thankful for this therapy because it just makes me feel the man I want to be. Active, at home, everywhere. If you're feeling like I was, call the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic today and get checked. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain.
Thanks, Greg. It's true. Low T therapy will likely change your life. Your initial appointment is only $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Hi, I'm Terrell Davis, two-time world champion and Pro Football Hall of Famer. There is nothing more important than your health. That's why I made the smart move to invest in fitness equipment with Fitness Gallery. It's a game changer. I have a true treadmill at home. It's the smoothest and quietest I've ever been on.
Football is here, and Fitness Gallery's fall football sale is your playbook for a winning home gym. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit any of our 7 stores from Denver to Fort Collins and score big before the sale ends.
The cost of everything is still out of control, and many of us are relying on credit cards to cover essentials. If that debt is piling up, you're not alone. Americans collectively owe over $1 trillion in credit card debt. You might have considered reaching out to my friends at American Financing, but hesitated because you don't want to give up your low mortgage rate. Well, there's good news. They've created a smart equity loan, a solution designed to help you take control of your finances without touching your current mortgage. Unlike a HELOC, which can have varied interest rates, the Smart Equity Loan offers a fixed rate. That means one predictable monthly payment, giving you peace of mind. This loan allows you to leverage the equity in your home to pay off high interest debt, free up your cash flow, and keep your existing low mortgage rate intact. It only takes 10 minutes to get started with no upfront or hidden fees. Call American Financing today and start saving now at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
What kind of ripple effect will be felt within the Broncos as they move forward without their best football player? And, of course, we're talking about Pat Surtain. News came out yesterday. Strained pec. Is going to be down for, is it 4 weeks? Is it 5 weeks? Is it 6 weeks? Is it IR? We're not quite sure yet. We're going to probably find out tomorrow.
Yeah, they haven't put PS2 on IR yet. Nate Atkins, who had a knee injury as well, he wasn't put on IR just yet either. So my guessing is you're going through those tests. You're getting that second opinion. You really want to know how long it takes for it to heal. If I'm PS2, there's no rush. Don't come back until it's truly 100% because the worst thing you could do is go back out there, extend those arms against a strong receiver, and then you end up popping it. And now you're out for the season. It's just not worth it as of right now. You're 6-2. Get healthy. Be ready to go in the next 4 weeks, let's just say.
Yeah, man, oh man. Broncos have had some pretty good, all things considered, injury luck. This is the first real blow, and not to minimize the absence of Ben Powers, right?
Ben Powers got hurt 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, but this is a horse of a different color. This is just this is the defensive player of the year. This is the best football player that the Broncos have. Now I think Bo Nix is the most important player because he plays quarterback. But I mean, this is I'll ask you out of 1 to 10, just like you asked James Palmer 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
How big of a deal? 1 out of 10. 10, it feels like the season's over. 1, you're asleep in bed. It's not on your radar at all.
So although I'm going to say 8, and I'm serious about it, the season's not over. The next man up approach has to be done in the NFL. Somebody else has to emerge as cornerback 1 until Pat Surtain can come back. And that's going to be Riley Moss. It's going to take some time, but Riley Moss has no choice but to step up. But I'm concerned, and the reason why I say an 8 is you are missing the Defensive Player of the Year last year in Pat Surtain, a guy that one sides an offense, a guy that's going to cover your number 1 receiver, the elite receiver like Jamar Chase, CeeDee Lamb. You know you're in good hands when you have PS2 out there guarding them. You know that he is going to do his part. You also know that when PS2 is out there, you don't have to worry about him. You can put him on an island and be more creative with your defense, bring more pressure, disguise certain looks. Now that PS2 is not going to be there, and you have Riley Moss moving into that number 1 spot, and now you may have Chris Abrams-Drain or Jahdae Barron, you're going to have to change up your defensive scheme a little bit. You may not be as aggressive because you're going to have to help out these 2 cornerbacks. You're going to have 2 safeties, my guessing, over the top of them just in case they get beat. So it's concerning going into this game. Houston's going to be a good team, and they look like they're turning the corner, and they're going to be testing Riley Moss and Chris Abrams-Drain or Jahdae Barron. But when you don't have PS2, that makes everybody feel just a little bit more settled. It's concerning when you have to go out there and change your game plan up, which they're going to have to do if they're going to have success. You can't put Chris Abrams-Drain, Zach, and Riley Moss on an island and think they're going to succeed in a 60-minute football game. That's just not happening right now.
No, and now these players are going to have to come out of their organic role and be asked to do more. And it's man, I don't like it.
Where's your level at? Like, we're on the scale of 1 to 10. Where are you at?
I'll say a 7.
Okay, so 7.
I'll say a 7. I think that I trust Riley Moss just a little bit more than you, but also the trickle down effect is just so real that, like, and I'm getting the flashback of when Jamal Murray wasn't with the Nuggets, and you're asking Aaron Gordon to be the second best player on a team that's trying to win a title. Michael Porter Jr. is now asked to be the third best, and it's just like, this is not their natural 1 role, but 2 level of responsibility. It's just not. And PS2, man, this guy covers for so much.
He does.
We actually might, and I didn't think it was possible, but we might like start to really appreciate Pat Surtain in a way that you didn't think that you could appreciate him more after winning, Defensive Player of the Year as a cornerback for the 3rd time in 30 years. Just Charles Woodson and Stephon Gilmore and PS2. That's it. That's the list.
You talk about us maybe like appreciating him a little bit more. That's true. But what about the coaching staff? VJ, you can get into a rhythm, and a defensive coordinator or offensive coordinator like Sean, they can start to think, oh yeah, like it's my game plan. I'm confident in it because it works, and it might not be just the players. It could be the scheme. Well, that's how you think until you miss your key player, your star player.
Right.
And then when he's not there, and now you have to truly work for that check. You have to truly work to disguise your defense and help out these two young cornerbacks in Riley Moss, Chris Abrams-Drain / Jahdae Barron if he's on the outside. And now you're up at night. You used to be able to sleep well. Now you're up at night trying to figure out how you're going to do this without your best player being out there securing everything.
Yeah. Pat Surtain is to the Broncos as your mom is to you growing up or your wife right now. They're just sort of always around, and if you're lucky enough to be in that position with a wife or a mom, and you're just, they're always around. You know how important that they are, but boy, when they go away, and it's like, oh, I didn't think of this. I didn't think of that.
Where are you at?
You know, like all these different responsibilities that they take care of. It's just a renewed appreciation.
That's how I feel when my wife leaves for an hour. Hey, man, it's been like 5 hours. Where you at?
Yeah.
It's been an hour.
Well, that's why the phrase exists. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. You know, so like you're going to remove Pat Surtain out of this scenario for maybe the next month. Ooh, I mean, we'll see. But here I'll leave you with a stat that Drew sent in our morning notes. Among 76 outside cornerbacks, Riley Moss is the single most targeted corner. But he's third currently in completion percentage allowed. Quarterbacks are completing just 45% of their passes towards Riley Moss. That's really good. Top 3 number amongst those 76 corners. He's 6th in tight window rate, and he's 13th out of 76 cornerbacks in coverage success rate. So the analytics look fondly upon Riley Moss, and it syncs up with a lot of my what my eyes are telling me just with the eye test.
Riley, you want to get paid a lot of money? Take advantage of this opportunity. Your cornerback one, you got to play like it. Pass breakups, maybe an interception. Go out there with that swag. That's how you get paid. He has a great opportunity in front of him to make him a lot of money by the time his contract's done within this month.
Yeah. All right. I have a stat on the Denver Nuggets that you'll be repeating to your friends. Also, just exactly what do the Broncos have in one specific youngster on offense? We'll tackle each of those things as we are on the doorstep of 40 consecutive minutes of commercial-free sports talk coming up next.
The Fan Flyaway is back, presented by 303 Law 4040. Save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. To kick off 2026, Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan is sending you to Phoenix for the biggest party in golf. Airfare, hotel tickets, and $500 in spending money, all included. Head to thefanflyaway.com to register. That's thefanflyaway.com. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
When you switch to Progressive, you could save bundling your home and auto. Then you could put that money towards some of the surprisingly more expensive things in life.
Attention passengers, we've reached 10,000 feet and internet is now available for purchase.
I just paid hundreds for this flight, and you can't even throw in internet? I'll just take the free pretzels.
Sorry, but I do have snack boxes for sale.
I'm just gonna sleep.
In that case, we are selling pillows and blankets as well.
I'll just breathe. That's free, right?
Life costs a lot, so bundle and you could save with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Colorado hears the score. Groove Toyota has over 25 used vehicles priced under $10,000. That's right, dependable cars, trucks, and SUVs you can drive home today without breaking the bank. Just like game day, timing is everything. These deals won't last long, and when the clock runs out, they're gone. Groove Toyota is all in on Colorado, all in on value, and all in on getting you back in the game. So make your move. Groove Toyota on Broadway in Inglewood or shop GrooveToyota.com. Groove Toyota, all in on Colorado all season long.
Brandon Stokely here from my friends at Roller Auction. Do you have items you're looking to sell? Since 1976, Roller Auction has been conducting commercial and industrial auctions for Colorado government agencies, Fortune 500 companies, small business owners, secured creditors, individuals, and more. They have a large marketplace to showcase your assets, so don't wait. Visit rollerauction.com for a free consultation and turn those items into some cold, hard cash. Again, go visit them at rollerauction.com. That's rollerauction.com.
A lot of personal injury lawyers make claims about how good they are. But how do you know who's the best? Who will fight to get you the money you deserve? At Berg Simpson, we don't rely on simple claims like other firms. We have 27 best lawyers in America, 17 super lawyers, and we're one of the National Trial Lawyers' top 25 most influential law firms. Compare us to other firms, then call Berg Simpson.
If you've been injured, call Berg Simpson for free now at 303-790-2525. BergSimpson.com. Good lawyers changing lives.
Hey, it's Mike Evans. Restore your bald spot, reverse your receding hairline, or add volume to thinning hair with the same simple one-day treatment I receive from Dr. Tanya Pauls of Advanced Hair. Your own natural hair begins regrowing the very next day, and your new hair is guaranteed to grow. Advanced Hair has changed tens of thousands of lives, including mine. For your free consultation, $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. Call 720-459-HAIR, AdvancedHair.com.
You could save thousands of dollars on the products your business uses the most with the Home Depot's new Pro Extra Preferred Pricing. Registering is free and easy. Just have your tax ID or business or contractor's license ready. But don't wait. The current preferred pricing benefit will end on November 15th. Visit your local Pro Desk to register now and unlock the deepest savings on the products you choose.
Any jewelry store can sell you a diamond.
But there's only one family jeweler in Colorado that was literally built on them.
In fact, we've sold more diamonds to more couples for more years than any other jeweler in Denver. I'm Steve Williams.
I'm Dylan.
And I'm Shayna Williams. That's why we built Williams Jewelers of Inglewood, an entire store totally dedicated to celebrating your love.
All the world's top bridal designers, 10 times of certified loose diamonds.
And Denver's true diamond experts, like me, who will share their knowledge and passion and how to get the most diamond for your money, guaranteed.
So whether you're looking for the perfect diamond engagement ring,
or that second diamond celebrating a love of many years,
we have the perfect diamond for you.
That's why every day more couples say will you with Williams,
where Colorado shines.
Williams Jewelers, we can make diamonds a part of your life.
Williams Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche.
Some things in life should never be trial and error, like do-it-yourself dentistry or messing with your home's electrical wiring. That's where Piper Electric comes in. They've been powering homes with expert electrical service since 1983. From simple fixes to commercial and industrial work. Need an EV charger? They'll plug you in without the sparks. Right now, get $50 off your next service. Call 303-422-9219 before you DIY yourself back into the dark ages. Piper Electric. Leave the electricity to the experts.
Thousands of kids in poverty have waited over a year for a sponsor. End their wait today. Sponsor a child with compassion. Just text radio to 83393.
Get ready for every Broncos game with Super Bowl 50 champion Brandon Marshall as he joins The Drive every Friday afternoon at 4:45 exclusively on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Thanks to Corwin Toyota Boulder. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. DenverSports.com and the Denver Sports app. You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Man, a lot of reaction on the Riley Boss conversation. A lot of it.
When are you going to start calling him Riley Boss? When does he get that name?
When he plays like Riley Boss, do you think? I don't think he deserved it after this past week, even though he had 4 breakups, which is tied for the 6th most in any Broncos game ever.
I'm just waiting for that tweet.
Yeah.
It's coming from you.
Yeah.
Riley Boss.
Riley Sauce.
Oh, Riley Sauce.
The fan flyaway is back thanks to 303 Law 4040. This time we're sending one lucky listener and a guest to Phoenix in February for the biggest party in golf. You get 2 tickets to Saturday's round at TPC Scottsdale. round-trip airfare for 2 from Denver, 2 nights hotel stay, and $500. For more info and to register, head to thefanflyaway.com. If you entered one of our previous flyaway contests, you're already registered for this one. Once you sign up for one flyaway, you're entered in for all future flyaways. Cost you nothing, and the upside is a memory of a lifetime, truly. All right, Nuggets win last night in Minnesota. Kind of, and I know everyone looks at this differently. For me, a little bit of a buzzkill because Anthony Edwards didn't play.
Yeah.
I want to see the Nuggets go up against these top-tier players and have them be available. And I've always believed this. It just, the focus level, the intensity is where it should be when you know a true dog and all-NBA player is waiting for you on the other side. That being said, and we'll get to some of these stats you'll be repeating to your friends here in a minute, but that being said, the Nuggets were still kind of getting pushed around in that first half.
They were, Zach. It was interesting. It's like, here we go again, the kryptonite. We just can't get past the Timberwolves. Like, what is it? Is it a physicality? Is it a mindset? We found a way. And this is why I'm so excited with our bench. I'm so excited with the depth pieces, the veteran presence now, because you find ways to stay in the game. You find ways to finish games because of the type of guys you have in this building now, Zach. But I'm with you. At the beginning, it was like, what are we doing, y'all? What are we doing? Are we gonna try to put up a fight, or are we gonna just get punked?
Well, Nuggets end up pulling away in the second half, outscored the Timberwolves 15-16 by 21 points in the second half. All right, and they ultimately win 127-114. This is what I think is a crazy stat, okay? The Nuggets are just the second team ever in NBA history, which goes back over 75 years at this point, to score 127 points or more in each of their first 3 games of the season. The only other team that has scored at least 127 in the first 3 games of the season is the San Francisco Warriors back in 1962.
The San Francisco Warriors.
Yeah. And I went and Googled a picture of this old team for a video for social media, and it's crazy. They're wearing the same jersey that the Warriors brought back and wear today, where it's got like the city on it, like and it says the city. But I'm pretty sure Wilt Chamberlain was on that team. It's just a really, really long time ago. But yeah, that's the only other comp for an NBA team that has scored 127 points or more in their first 3 games of the season. The firepower that I thought this team could have, it's here. I mean, it's here. But on a night like last night, you have got to start the firepower conversation with Jamal Murray.
Let's go!
Who scored 23 in the first game, 25 in the second game, and 43 points last night. How about this, Phil? I went back and looked, and we talked a little bit about this yesterday, just based on the first 2 games for Jamal.
Yeah.
But now after the first 3 games, it's the best 3-game start to any season in Jamal Murray's career. But furthermore, it's the best 3-game sequence that you can find in the month of October in Jamal Murray's entire career.
See, I don't know what got into Jamal Murray. All right, there was a lot of people talking about him at the end of the year last year with the gambling being over there at the Black Hawk Casino, or him walking into the UFC fight looking a little bit pudgy.
Yep.
And then he kind of went quiet. Nobody heard from Jamal. We seen a couple pictures of Jamal playing some flag football over there at South High School. I don't know why he was over there in my alma mater. He didn't ask permission. I'm going to have to talk to him about that. And then you start to see him shoot in the gym, where he's like, hey, you guys aren't with me shooting in the gym. Started to look a little slimmer. And now you look out there on this court and you see a different guy, a guy that just he's more in condition with his body. He's flying around. He's making the shots. He's more confident. He's not just sitting there in the corner or at the top of the key. What he's doing is moving around. He's asking for the ball. He's being more aggressive of getting to the rim. And so when you see something like that, Zach, it's like, what happened to you? Why all of a sudden now? What went through your head? Who did you talk to? And for me to asking you, what do you think it is with Jamal Murray? All of a sudden you just turn it on and you want to be an all-star now? What's going on?
It's a great question, and let me just start by saying I don't know. I don't know at the nucleus of why he has made this change, because like he's made a legitimate change. And the reason why I said before the season even started, in a way that I've never said in the past, I remember saying to you and Jake Shapiro last Thursday, Jamal Murray's going to be an all-star this year because actions over words. That man looks 18 to 20 pounds lighter at the start of an NBA season than he did at the end of last season, which should be impossible. It should be impossible. But for whatever reason, he has pivoted. He's made a change. And so whatever the reason is, it's working. And it might just be as simple as growing up a little bit. And I don't know if that has something to do with him starting to have kids. You know, he had his daughter last year, but maybe it's just maturity sinking in. Maybe it's a conversation with David Adelman that was sobering. Maybe it was a conversation with a mentor back in Canada that someone said the right thing to him.
Jokic.
Yeah. Maybe it was, don't know. But what I would put near the bottom of the list of potential reasons is, and again, I don't know for sure, I'm speculating. But like, hey, he's out to prove people wrong. Hey, if that was the case, you would have thought that the change would have been made last year because there was a lot more noise coming into last season around Jamal Murray than there was this season. Because coming into last season, he's coming off the playoffs where he had the worst true shooting percentage for any player who takes 20 shots or more in 50 years. He was frustrated and throwing the ice pack.
Yeah.
He was storming out and not talking to the media, and then coming back and saying, the first time that the media gets to talk to him, why are you guys bringing this up? It's like, well, we haven't talked to you. You stormed out. He got benched by Team Canada. He wasn't starting games. He wasn't finishing games when he was supposed to be the face of that team along with SGA. He got dinged in the top 100 in like the biggest free fall of any single player year over year. He went from inside the top 20 to barely inside the top 40. So you would think, considering all that noise a year ago, the response would have came last year. So I don't know.
It's a mindset thing.
And I genuinely don't care because the response is self-evident.
No, for sure. The only thing I think of is it's the mindset of Jamal growing up. And I truly think you pass by it. It's David Adelman. Maybe having a true conversation, sit-down conversation where it's like, I'm being vulnerable with you. This is the things I need you to do to help me out. These are the things you need to do to help yourself out. We're not winning another championship if you're not up to par, if you're not doing your part. And we know it's inside you. And for Jamal to say, you know what, I'm ready for this next step. I'm ready to stop playing around. I'm ready to be all in, give my life to basketball because I know I don't have as much time as I think in this sport. No matter if you play for 20 years or you play for 10 years, like at some point it's over. And for Jamal Murray, what do you want people to look at you as? You have a great opportunity in front of you to win another championship. It's all, if we win, it's going to be because of you and Jokic in that two-man game, and of course the supporting cast. But it starts with Batman and Robin. And as of right now, the fast start, and we always talk about start fast, finish strong. That's what Jamal Murray's doing, and it's fun to watch, the separation that he's getting on these defenders. And yes, I know Ant-Man wasn't playing, and maybe it would have been different. And I wanted to see that kind of unravel with Jamal, like, where's your mindset at?
Because Ant relishes that. Yeah, exactly.
You know, Ant thinks he owns you. Yep. Where are you at with this? You're a different guy now. You're more in shape. Go out there and go at him. And we're going to see the matchup at some point. We know that.
Yep.
So for Jamal, you just got to continue to do what you're doing. Jokic, get him involved like you are. It's going to be a fun year, Zach.
It's going to be a really fun year. And you got to love what you're seeing from Jamal, who last night when Jamal Murray was on the court, just in the minutes when Jamal Murray was on the court, the Denver Nuggets won by 30 points against the Timberwolves, who, by the way, had owned the Nuggets. And again, I'll say it one more time. There's context. Ant-Man didn't play. Their best player didn't play. But the Nuggets had got swept last year by the Timberwolves. That 4 regular season games were 0-4. But then they lost the Game 7, the largest Game 7 collapse in NBA history. And then they lost Game 6 by, I think it was 46 points. So they had lost 6 consecutive games going back to 2 postseasons ago against these Timberwolves. So to a certain degree, again, it'll look and feel different when Ant plays, but you get that, like, the baby monkey off your back and get the big one when Ant plays. But, love what I see from him. And then the other guy who I really tried to emphasize as much as possible
your guy
to our audience, while the more forward-facing additions were Jonas Valanciunas and Cam Johnson, and even Bruce Brown, the return of Cowboy Bruce, was Tim Hardaway. And I just remember emphasizing to our audience, guys, this guy is a perfect fit. He's a veteran's veteran. He's played big minutes in the NBA Finals. He is a low maintenance, can play without the ball veteran player. And last
You've been
night,
on him for some time too.
it was the first time that we really saw him shine. He got to play with Jokic a little bit. Cam Johnson gets banged up a little bit with his shoulder, and we can circle back to Cam here in a second. But Tim Hardaway Jr. was phenomenal in that third quarter, and he finishes with 20 points, 4 of 6 from 3. When Tim Hardaway Jr. was on the court last night, the Nuggets outscored the Timberwolves by 25 points. So
That's why this is why the Nuggets offense and the Nuggets in general are so dangerous now. You have depth with Jonas. You have depth with Tim Hardaway Jr. These are guys that, like I said earlier, they're not just players that are really good. They're veterans. They've been through a lot. They know how to close out games. They can replace a player like Cam Johnson who ends up having a sore shoulder, which is interesting how it happened. But he has to go out, but then you can supplement someone like Tim Hardaway Jr. and still be in rhythm and on the same page. Like, that's fun to watch, and it's the depth. That's something that we have asked for the Denver Nuggets, for Jokic. Is can we get somebody to help Jokic out for the non-Jokic minutes? Can we get somebody to score points off the bench? And Tim Hardaway Jr. is doing that. Jonas is doing that. I can't wait to see what this looks like a month from now. How well put together they are mentally a month from now.
Yep. And my other takeaway from last night was Adelman, who I still am gathering information on, all right? But, man, a really good early sign is the fact that, and you may not like the dynamic, but I like the reaction to obeying your eyes and what is unfolding in front of you. Peyton Watson was playing well last night.
Yes, he was.
And when it was in the fourth quarter and it was time to close, he left Peyton Watson out there, and it was Christian Brown who was sitting on the bench watching. So the guy who did not get the extension, I don't believe Michael Malone would be doing this. I genuinely don't believe it. But Adelman is sensitive to the exact situation that he's in, not the long-term plan, not the hierarchy, not the contracts, not the human dynamic. No. Peyton Watson's playing better tonight. He's going to stay on the floor, and Christian, you're going to watch. And I'm sure Christian was fine with it, but I like that because you can talk about, hey, this is going back to a meritocracy. The best players are going to play. You can do it on a short runway in the playoffs, but when you're doing it in game number 3, I really like that.
No, it's something that's like, okay, this is something you talked about, Zach. Something that you wanted to see David Adelman do early. Now he's showing you, hey, look, I'm not afraid of my team. I'm not afraid to put somebody out there that I feel like can help us win that game. And good for Peyton Watson. There's been a lot of noise around him. Of course, he's probably feeling a certain way because he didn't get that contract. Anybody would when you have millions of dollars that you can go out there and get. But yet you didn't hear nothing from him. That just shows you that the culture is a little bit different now. That maybe he's leaning on a vet like Aaron Gordon, maybe Tim Hardaway, maybe Bruce Brown that's like, hey, like, look, your time will come, but you got to continue to show up, be consistent. P. Watson was consistent, and that's why he got the nod to finish that game off. My question to you, Zach, before we go on.
Yeah.
Defensively.
Yeah.
What you think of this team? I know it's 3 games, but it looks a little shaky at times when it comes to just like passing off players and just playing aggressive defense. Like, I need to see more. And when I'm looking at it, I want to see more.
Yeah, and that's totally fair. I would just say let's check in on this in about another 2 weeks. Let's let these games stack up. You don't want to see effort issues in the first week of the season defensively. They're mixing in some zone. I want to see this. You can go to zone temporarily in the NBA. I don't think it can be a part of your night-to-night identity unless you're like the Miami Heat are able to do it there. But it's so principle-based, and we need more context.
Yes.
We need more games. But it's definitely something that we're going to be watching closely. There's no doubt. And here's the other thing, and I don't. It's so early. So again, I'm just want to mention it. Cam Johnson, not a great start. Not a great start. And I don't want to
sugarcoat it.
Yeah, it's just not a great start. And I really like Cam Johnson. Over time, same thing with the defense. We're going to have to continue to gather information, but the thing is now he's a little bit banged up. And I remember reminding our audience with the MPJ Cam Johnson swap, and we would have these conversations, and it was, MPJ has had to battle this physical challenge and his back. But Cam Johnson has been way less available than MPJ has in the last couple years. And here we are 3 games into the season, and he's hurt again.
Sore shoulder.
Which is what MPJ finished on last year.
Ooh, he did.
He did. So there's a little bit of weirdness there, like, sort of ironic, but not a great start for Cam Johnson. Looks a little bit out of the mix and not I'm going to save my because it's so early.
I know.
It's so early.
It's so early.
But we waited so long to react to the games, and now we get to react to the games. And 2 of the 3 games, Cam Johnson has scored 5 points.
Well, and he's
shooting 22% from 3.
That's there you go. You have opportunities, and you're not taking advantage of those opportunities. Tim Hardaway Jr., although it was one of these things where he turned it on yesterday night or last night, it was one of these things that at least you're seeing it. Jonas is another one. You're seeing it out there. We need to see Cam Johnson be a part of this team. That's the only way we're going to go far is when this unit is well put together and they're firing on all cylinders.
Dante, behind the glass, real quick.
I was wondering when when do you stop saying it's early for Cam Johnson? Like, are you looking for just sparks for now, or are you waiting until the new year, Christmas? What's your timeline on that?
Yeah, no, I'd say about a month. But right now, it just looks off. I mean, it just looks off. 1 for 3, 1 for 3, and 1 for 6. Those are his numbers from 3 in the first 3 games. He pulled up last night and missed everything completely.
Yeah.
We'll continue to gather the information on that. Still early, but Nuggets 127 points or more in the first 3 games. Just the second team in NBA history to ever do that. Jokic 3 triple-doubles in a row to start a season. That's only been done by Oscar Robertson in 1961 and Russell Westbrook in 2020. The all-time record is 4 to start a season. We'll see if Jokic can get there tomorrow night. This is KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. We are coming with it, and we are coming for it. It's Zach By and Phillip Lindsay, and we are The Drive. What are you laughing at over there?
Some respect on Russ's name now.
I mentioned him.
Oh, you did?
He's a bona fide Hall of Famer.
He is.
I mean,
he's over there with the Kings, man, balling.
I think Russell Westbrook's a Hall of Famer. I think Russell Wilson's a Hall of Famer. But it doesn't mean I need to love both players in their current state when they're playing for a Denver team.
Hey, look, they're both great players or were great players.
Yeah, definitely.
At some point, it's time for them to move on. We know that.
All right. Shifting gears here a little bit. Went a little bit long on the Nuggets, but I'm glad we did. There's so much to cover there. Just exactly what do the Broncos have in one youngster on offense? I mean, what a day for young RJ Harvey. He could play another 10 years in the NFL. I'm not sure he'll have a day like he had on Sunday.
They go with Harvey on the toss, and there goes Harvey. Harvey's got a first down. Harvey's looking for the end zone. Harvey takes it home.
But he wasn't done.
Hand it back to Harvey. The direct snap to Harvey, and he's in for a second time.
And then you got to throw your hat.
Harvey sneaking in here. He's got 2 touchdowns today. It's going to Harvey. It's Harvey into the end zone for a touchdown. A banner day for the rookie.
I mean, 3 touchdowns in a single game. Again,
you gotta love it, Zach. It's so hard to do. It's so hard to get 1 touchdown. But then you get another touchdown, which makes 2, and then all of a sudden you find yourself in the end zone again for 3 touchdowns in the NFL.
Crazy.
It's a dream come true. Like, there's no better feeling than hitting that end zone and being able to cheer with your teammates if that's what you want to do. Some running backs want to just do it by themselves. They think
I can't stand it.
Yeah, they think that they're the reasons why. Like, come on. Like, it takes a team.
It's my least favorite thing to watch in sports when 10 guys block for one guy and one guy dances on his own.
Look, I learned my lesson when I did that with Dalton Reisner. Big D throws me into the end zone. I thought it was me with the Hulk strength. It's like, man, I've been working out. Come to find out, he threw me in the end zone, and I should have gave him more praise for doing that. And I went back and I apologized, and we have fun with it today. But if without him throwing me in the end zone, I don't get in. So for the offensive line, they're doing their part. For R.J. Harvey to get 3 touchdowns, that means everybody is doing their part. Specifically when R.J. Harvey had that 40-yard touchdown. That was a well-thought-out play design by Sean. But it was also, when you look at it, you had Quinn Miners going down there taking on 3 blocks. You have Garrett Bowles taking out the cornerback or the safety. Like, everything was, what Bo said earlier, hat on a hat, which means everybody's helmet is on a defender's helmet. When you have that happen, you're going to have huge runs. And that's what exactly happened with R.J. Harvey. He ends up having a huge run because of that. And my man ends up with 3 touchdowns because of well-play design runs and him getting in there and having that mindset of, I want to score.
Well, good for the young man. His first and second rushing touchdown as a Denver Bronco. But with Harvey specifically, and I wanted to talk a little bit about this, is that him through 8 games, and guys, I know it's just 8 games, but 8 games is it's more than 7.
Yep.
All right, so it's half of the traditional season for rookie RJ Harvey, and the productivity with RJ is a little bit mixed. And here's what I mean by that. If you look at just week 1 and week 8, just those 2 games for Harvey is averaging 58 yards a game, a whopping 8.9 yards per carry, with an average long run of a whopping 58 yards. But if you look at all the games in between weeks 1 and week 8, weeks 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, he's averaging just 14 yards a game on 2.7 yards a carry, with an average long run over that stretch. The longest run, or I guess average there, when totaling up his longest runs, is 5 yards. And so it's a bit been kind of boom or bust with the Broncos offense, yes, but with Harvey as an individual as well.
Very inconsistent, Zach. Very inconsistent. But the one thing about running backs is you have to let them get into some type of rhythm. You have to let them go. There are going to be plays where you have 2 yards, 3 yards, 0 yards, and then there's going to be plays like R.J. Harvey was able to do a couple times, Tennessee, and then on Sunday against the Cowboys, where you break for some long runs. But you have to be consistent. The coaching staff has to be able to trust you that every time you go out there, you can make a play. And with R.J. Harvey, that hasn't been the case. There's times where it's like, R.J., what are you doing? You don't see the explosiveness. You don't see the decisiveness from R.J. Harvey. And then there's times where it's like he gets it. He understands it. And Sean has done a phenomenal job of putting R.J. Harvey in good situations when it comes to his touchdowns or big plays. For example, the Dallas Cowboy one. With R.J. Harvey, Zach, in college, it was all about the outside. And you guys brought it up multiple times, like the outside, the tosses.
67% of his runs at Central Florida got bounced to the outside or were designed to the outside.
Against the Dallas Cowboys, his biggest run was a toss play. So Sean said, hey, okay, your strength is the toss. We're going to find ways to get you involved in the toss game. But now for RJ, it's like, how do you stay on that football field? You have to be consistent in the inside now. You have to be able to run it as well as you do outside, inside. Give the coaches a reason to keep you in that game. That's what I used to do. I was like, I'm going to be the most consistent guy out there. If you don't play me, it's not because I'm not doing the right things and not making plays. It's just because you don't want me to be out there because I'm undrafted. When it comes to being a playmaker, I'm going to be explosive. I know if you give me 3 carries, one of those is going to go for 30, 40 yards. That was just how I was wired. And I would talk to my offensive line, and I would say, hey, baby, I need you guys. I'm here. I don't need a big hole. I just need something. Give me something, and I'm going to reward you guys. I'm always talking out there, even to myself, so that I can get myself going. And when I finally see that hole, I hit it. For RJ, he needs to do the exact same thing. You may get 5 opportunities against the Houston Texans. What do you do with those? Do you take 2 of them for 20, 30 yards? Do you keep the chains moving? Like, that's what I want to see, the explosiveness, that excitement where the offensive line is tapping you on the head saying, let's go again. That's when you're able to ask for more carries, Zach.
Well, when he's out in space, he looks great. You know, I just, like, when the Broncos drafted him with the 60th overall pick in the draft, your plan is this guy is going to be a bell cow back. And I loved what I saw from Harvey on Sunday. There's context to it. I think some of it was sort of schemed up for him, and good for him. I mean, look, you don't apologize in any way, shape, or form for a 3-touchdown day. But at the same time, we're about halfway through a traditional season, and this is just a fact, what I'm going to relay to you here. And it's actually pretty crazy. 58% of R.J. Harvey's rushing total, 58% of it has come on 2 carries.
We're going to go into week 8?
Week 9.
Week 9? And 2 plays is kind of...
almost 60% of your total. So It's for me, it's just a bit of a mixed bag with Harvey. And again, this is probably not even the right Tuesday to be having this conversation, but I don't know if we'd be talking about R.J. Harvey in dedicated fashion had he not had the game he had on Sunday. So it's a double-edged sword here because someone's saying, wait, why are you trying to, shine light on this lack of productivity in between?
Push his head down. No. You're trying to give facts
but
stats.
And I want to have a real conversation about it because I just don't know. And when we talk about Marvin Mims as a receiver number 2, I'm like, I just don't see like down in, down out route running ability that profiles as a starting wide receiver 2. Doesn't mean he's not a weapon. Doesn't mean he doesn't need to be involved. And the same goes with R.J. Harvey. This is not necessarily a negative conversation. This guy is going to be a huge part of the Broncos' game plan here, maybe for years to come. But I just don't know if I see a legitimate bell cow back, especially when I tell you 58% of his rushing production has come on just 2 carries at a position, furthermore here, Phil, that Sean Payton even said in the preseason, it doesn't take you a long time to evaluate it.
Yeah, you either got it or you don't.
At the running back position, every year, someone like yourself or Zeke Elliott or Saquon Barkley or Elijah Mitchell or fill in the blank, almost every single year there's a 1,000-yard running back. I just question whether Harvey will ever be that guy. And again, 8 games, but again, usually pretty quick at this position.
Yeah, but even for R.J. Harvey, you don't have to be this bell cow running back to have success for 7, 8, 9 years. Actually, that's something that you'd rather not do. You'd rather be a role player that when you do get your opportunities to be a bell cow, you take advantage of them. Other than that, star in your role. If they want to have you out there for the tosses, well, they're setting you up for success. And now you look good. Now you're averaging the 5 yards a carry, but you don't have to do a bunch of the heavy lifting. If you're a running back that does a great job of catching out of the backfield, well, then star in your role there. Because in the NFL, they like to put you in a box and they like to give specific players certain things that they're good at, which is fine to do. It sucks, but it's fine to do. But if you're good at it and you're good at your job, you stay there longer.
Right.
In the case for me, I'm 185 pounds, Zach. You got Royce Freeman that they drafted in the 3rd round, 230 pounds. He's doing third down work, and I'm doing all the heavy lifting. Like, it doesn't work out for me as time goes on because even for teams, it's like they look at you like you're not a bell cow back because of your stature.
Right.
You're not a bell cow back because at some point you're going to give in because it's just you're a running back, you're going to get hurt. And I wish I would have got the opportunity to do more of the third down work, the choice routes, the screens, utilizing my speed, my strength, because it would have kept me in the league a little bit longer. I'm saying that because for R.J. Harvey, you're going to have your opportunity to be a bell cow. Just for not right now because of JK, but star in your role. Because if you're really good at being a pass-catching back and you can pick up the blitzes, you're going to be there longer than a J.K. Dobbins because it's a passing league. So for RJ, keep growing. All right, keep growing. When you do get those opportunities, take advantage of them. And if you want to be that bell cow back, when you get the opportunity and something happens to JK, you better go out there and run your ass off. Or for Sean, it's going to be like, you're right. Like, you're not it. I may have a role for you, but I'm going to have to go back in the draft and draft somebody else that I believe can get 15 to 20 carries a game.
Yeah, and that's just the one part. And someone says, hey, Zach, with the greatest of respect, which I appreciate that. They say, Harvey's a rookie. We're lucky to have him. And we hope he gets a lot better. You're being far too hard on him right now. I just want to have the conversation. I'm not telling you, because he may be a bell cow back. He just doesn't strike me as that guy.
NFL is not waiting for anybody. You either got it or you don't. Now, yes, when you're a second-round draft pick, third and a first, you're going to have opportunities. They're going to give you time to grow. But when you have to go out there and fight for your livelihood, your spot, you better be ready to go, and especially at the running back position, where you just laid out where there's multiple different players, different type of running backs, from undrafted players to first-round draft picks that have had success.
Yeah.
Go out there and have success. JK's doing it, and I know he's a little bit older, but there's rookies out there as of even right now that's having success.
Oh, yeah.
You have one of the better offensive lines in the league right now. Sean Payton has done a good job of scheming up plays for success. JK is doing a good job. The plays are out there to be made. RJ has to find a way to make those plays. There are no excuses.
Yep, and I think that's fair. And by the way, just because I mentioned the 1,000-yard rookie running backs, because it does happen every year. Bucky Irving, Kenneth Walker, Tyler Algier, Najee Harris, Jonathan Taylor, James Robinson. It goes on and on. I'm not obsessing about the 1,000 yards. That's so secondary. He's a secondary back, so I'm not even worried. But I'm talking about just in general.
Making plays.
The running back position is typically one of the easiest to evaluate, easy, according to Sean Payton, and the quickest starting position. So you love what you see from Harvey on Sunday. There's no doubt. But I just thought it was noteworthy that 58% of his total rushing production through half of a season has come on 2 carries. But he's showing the explosiveness that we would hope to see on those carries. So again, I'm not trying to tear down or take away here. He's the first Broncos rookie running back since the guy who is sitting across from me in 2018 to record multiple rushing scores in a single contest. That's a big deal. But how about this? His 40-yard touchdown in the first quarter was the longest rushing touchdown by a Broncos rookie since the guy I'm sitting across from, Phillip Lindsay, in 2018. So he's a little bit boomer bust right now, but the booms, they're booming. They're booming, and you have to go back to your rookie season to find similar plays like the 2 that he's put on tape.
And the great thing about R.J. Harvey is, yes, he is young. He's only played in going on 9 games now. This coming Sunday, he can shut everybody up by going out there and being more consistent. He can shut everybody up by continuing to have those explosive plays go his way. This is his world. We're living in it. Like, he's the only one. He can control the controllables.
Definitely.
He's getting those handoffs.
Definitely.
He's getting the opportunities. So go out there and shut us all up then.
Yep. All right. Well, good for Harvey. By the way, he is the only rookie running back this season to have multiple rushes of at least 40 yards. So he's off to a good start. What do you think about putting him in the Wildcat down there near the goal line?
I like it. I believe that Sean's setting RJ Harvey up for a touchdown pass. I think you do too. RJ Harvey was a quarterback back in his heydays. I like that they're getting him involved in creative ways. It's a chance for Sean to kind of brag about being creative with his offense, and it shows that he trusts his rookie running back.
Yep.
When you don't have JK back there, you have RJ back there taking that snap from a center. So it shows you the trust and the creativity that Sean wants to do and the vision he has for RJ Harvey. He wants him to succeed. That's why he continues to let him get the touchdowns in the red zone and the goal line. So I'm okay with it. I actually like it. It's fun. It's something different. You don't do it all the time, but it's a change of pace type of play that some people are not looking for or catches them off guard. And you can get you a couple easy touchdowns because of it.
Well, he is going to throw one by the end of the year. It's almost certain. And it will come in a setup like the game against Dallas when you're in firm control.
Yeah.
And it'll be Sean kind of doing his own proverbial spiking of the football of look at my creation. Because, he was a high school quarterback, went to Virginia, an ACC team, to play quarterback. This guy, he can throw the ball a little bit. And it's only a matter of time before we see that. Here's Sean Payton talking about having Harvey take that Wildcat snap.
Yeah, it's been in for a while. We had a handful of plays today that have been in. Sometimes plays stay in because they still fit. So that's been in quite a while. RJ's third down call's been in for 5 weeks. It's a man zone read. We put him outside of tight end. We saw the linebacker. We climb him back in. And so there's some of those plays that you're like, all right, they can come off the call sheet. You've just been running them. But, yeah, clearly he's comfortable getting a snap. When you take the quarterback and someone leaves to cover him, then you kind of get your numbers back. You're really playing 10 on 10.
Well, we'll see how often we see R.J. Harvey in the Wildcat here moving forward. I do not think we're going to see it in a really competitive environment, late third tie game, down, tight near the end zone. I don't think we're going to see that. But when Sean has the license to do it, I think we'll continue to see it.
And also with Sean, it seems like he obviously he's a player's coach. And being in the meeting rooms, you're doing these game plans, but in the back of your head, you're still thinking of players. And you're thinking of a player that deserves maybe to have a touchdown or hasn't had a touchdown in a while. And it's let me scheme up a play for him. In this case, it was R.J. Harvey. Maybe next time it's going to be Evan Ingram because Evan Ingram hasn't touched the ball or scored a touchdown since the Eagles game. And that's the time to do it is when you're in that tight red zone or goal line where you could be a little bit more creative, sneaky with your game plan and get people involved and get them some touchdown, a little bit of shine. That's what seems like Sean loves to do is to highlight his guys that he's proud of.
Yeah. Do you think on a week like this, after this week, J.K. Dobbins is kind of rolling his eyes a little bit?
Yeah. I do. Like to be real with you, you go for over 100 yards rushing, but you don't have that finishing touch, that touchdown.
Yeah.
Right? It sounds better when it's like J.K. Dobbins, 111 or 15 yards, 1 touchdown. Like you remember that. And so for J.K., it's like, well, coach, I'm doing all the heavy lifting as of right now. You're trusting me to carry this ball, but yet we get to the goal line and I don't get a crack at a touchdown.
Yeah.
Like give me something here. And believe me, if this continues to happen, my guessing is J.K. will have something to say to Sean, maybe upstairs where it's like, what's going on? Like is there an issue between us? Because you can get a contract or a little bit more money because of touchdowns.
Right.
You know, we don't know what his incentive-based deal is right now, as of right now, when it comes to J.K. Is it 1,000 yards? Is it 10 touchdowns? That's something that we gotta look at because, Zach, I've been on a team with the Denver Broncos, DeMar Dotson.
Yeah, DeMar Dotson, the tackle?
The tackle.
And
I feel like I told this story before. He wasn't supposed to start. Something happened to Elijah Wilkinson, and I want to say Juwan James opted out that year. So DeMar Dotson was a guy that was supposed to come in and just be a backup, and if he needed to play a little bit, he would. He ended up playing almost the whole year. But we had in his contract, if he played 96% of the snaps for a certain amount of games, he gets $1 million signing bonus. He needed one more game to get his $1 million signing bonus, and they took him out and they inactivated him. And he was inactive for that game. And everybody saw it and was upset. Even the coaching staff, some of the coaching staff was upset because it's like, this man has been a guy that we can count on all year.
Yeah.
And now it's time for you to reward him, and he's not playing. He didn't get that $1 million, by the way. He didn't get that opportunity. Elijah Wilkinson comes back. You had players saying, hey, man, like, fake an injury so DeMar can get back in there. It's like, we're not going to the playoffs. Let this man get his check. They'll do that to you, though, Zach.
And that came from upstairs, not the coaching
came from upstairs.
staff?
Oh,
yeah.
for sure that came from upstairs.
Yeah.
And this is where it gets doggy-dog in the NFL. You just don't know what people are doing or what they're saying or the incentives that's on your contract. So that's something that you have to look for, even for JK.
Yeah, really interesting story. And it's not the first one that I've heard of Broncos prior to this ownership group.
Yeah.
The financial liquidity that you think they would have, they didn't have. And I've shared this another time, but the Broncos in the 2000s at one point took out a loan for a signing bonus less than $1 million for a player.
Crazy.
So yeah, you would think, things aren't always as they appear.
No.
I say this to my wife sometimes. She'll say like, and this doesn't have anything to do with anything. I'm just talking. But she's like, man, they have money. And I'm like, no, we don't.
It may look like it.
They may be over their skis to make that Porsche payment. They may be cutting corners in other ways and having the same amount of money as someone else in their pocket right the last day before their pay period. Things, and then the people who you don't suspect, like
make it up like man.
Yeah, exactly. So you just never ever know. Okay, is it time to start asking the big boy question when it comes to Deion Sanders? That's next.
The Broncos followed up their magical finish last week with a dominating win over the Cowboys. Have Sean Payton and Bo Nix finally shown what Denver's offense is truly capable of? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Remember when they used to ask, what do you want to be when you grow up? At Bank of America, we ask every day, what would you like the power to do? When you work here, you help build businesses, inspire communities, and forge legacies. And now we've raised our U.S. minimum wage to $25 an hour. So the opportunity to do more also comes with competitive pay. Learn more at bankofamerica.com/25. Bank of America, proud to be an equal opportunity employer.
You still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Right now, receive up to a $25 O'Reilly gift card after rebate with the purchase of select Superstart batteries at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Don't miss Colorado football's 2 remaining home games of the 2025 season. Celebrate homecoming with the Buffaloes as CU faces the Arizona Wildcats on Saturday, November 1st. Then lock in your seats for Senior Day against the reigning Big 12 champs, Arizona State, on November 22nd. Great seats are still available at beautiful Folsom Field. Visit cubus.com/tickets or call 303-492-8282 and be there as Ralphie 7 leads the charge for your Colorado Buffaloes.
More than a few of our patients have talked to me about their first time, but it's not the first time you're probably thinking about. It's the first time that erectile dysfunction ruined the moment. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if you're over 50, it's likely you've had that first time yourself. But the good news is that if you're like most men, that first time can be the last time that ED impacts your sex life. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we're experts in treating ED. We've treated tens of thousands of men using protocols with success rates well over 90%. And those treatments have, in most cases, made sex great again for both them and their partners. You could even find that you're performing like you haven't in years. So if ED has been affecting your intimacy, it's time to make the last time that happens the last time that happens. For just $99, you'll receive blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
Dan Jacobs with 303 Law 4040. With just a friendly tip here, I like to remind people that they never want to be gambling that the person that hits them has good insurance. So I want you to take a look at your insurance policies. Check and make sure that you have 2 things. One's called MedPay coverage. You want to make sure you have that. And then also UM/UIM coverage. This will protect you in case you get into an accident and the person that hits you doesn't have good insurance. If you have any questions, just give me a call. 303 Law 4040. That's 303 Law 4040.
Hey, it's Mike Evans with Todd Whalen from Advanced Tax Solutions. Well, Todd, with the IRS away during this government shutdown, awesome opportunity for people to take care of their IRS problems.
Yeah, I know it's a little bit counterintuitive, but if you think about it, there's nobody trying to get a solution right now. So if you're thinking like an offer and compromise, now's the time to get it done. If you wait until the hordes show back up and the IRS is super aggressive, you've waited too long. If you owe the IRS money, this is the perfect time to submit an offer and compromise. It won't get better than this. It really does seem like, wow, hey, who cares? IRS isn't even sending notices. But if you don't want to be at the back of the line, because they are going to open again, and they're going to be aggressive. They need money. So now's the time. Get to the front of the line and get a solution while it's friendly. Don't wait for the fire. Do it now.
With more than 30 years of fighting and winning against the IRS, this is the guy you want in your corner. Todd Whalen, Advanced Tax Solutions. Give them a call today, 303-753-6040.
Hi, I'm Terrell Davis, 2-time world champion and Pro Football Hall of Famer. There is nothing more important than your health. That's why I made the smart move to invest in fitness equipment with Fitness Gallery. It's a game changer. I have a true treadmill at home. It's the smoothest and quietest I've ever been on.
Football is here, and Fitness Gallery's fall football sale is your playbook for a winning home gym. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit any of our 7 stores from Denver to Fort Collins and score big before the sale ends.
Do you want the lowest rate for life? Get our 4.75 5-year fixed. APR is 5.89.
Did you say 4.75% fixed for 5 years?
Yes.
Yeah, I want that, but what if rates fall?
Our lowest rate for life program takes over. If rates fall even as little as 0.5%, we can redo your loan with no lender fees and no appraisal fee and no limits to the number of times used. Only at U.S. Mortgages. Call 303-LOW-RATE or online at usmloan.com.
All loans subject to approval and change. See website for complete details. License number 392126.
How good does it feel to let go of 82 pounds in just 16 weeks? And I feel free. Soda Weight Loss is the #1 weight loss company in America for client satisfaction and results.
In 16 weeks, I lost 82 pounds because I had learned how to eat smarter. And that's what soda does. They don't just help you lose weight fast, they help you keep it off with habits that last a lifetime.
No hunger, no shots, no guesswork.
You probably saved my life.
I mean, I was 30 pounds overweight. I went on soda, and now I'm healthy, and I just got off my blood pressure medicine and my cholesterol medicine, and that is amazing to me.
With Soda Weight Loss, you get real support to help you let go of the weight for good. And now it's easier than ever. Join Soda Weight Loss now, and your partner joins for free. Visit sodaweightloss.com. That's SOTA weightloss.com.
Soda is, say it with me, state of the art.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by ROX Rocks Heating and Air.
It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, bottom half of hour number 4 here on a Tuesday. Appreciate you guys rocking with us. Got to ask the question about Deion Sanders, man, and I know I'm not the first to ask it. I did not want to have the conversation yesterday because we're reacting to the game, and that was as brutal as it was.
Yeah.
Just an absolute bloodbath of a football game there in Salt Lake City at Rice Eccles on Saturday night. But today's a new day, and I got to ask, man. And I'm not pounding the table saying this is the case at all. By the way,
no, there's some people out there though that are just ready to throw in the towel and fire my man.
Do you think things have ran their course with Deion Sanders up in Boulder, or are those loud collection of voices prisoners of the moment?
They're prisoners of the moment, Zach. I'm gonna say it straight up. They have to take a step back and see it for what it is. You have Coach Prime that needs to continue to get better as a head coach. We all know that. But Definitely. What he has brought to this table is just the attention. The type of players that he has brought to this program are really good players. I was on the field not too long ago at the BYU game, and I was at all with just how big and fast these players were. And I'm like, I didn't play with any player that was like this. And they had 10, 11, 12 of them.
Oh, come on, Phil. I think you did. You're just
maybe I'm not remembering.
You guys had so many draft picks from that 16 team.
Defensively. But this was just all around. I mean, the running backs to the receivers. Our receivers were tall, but they weren't as tall as some of Coach Prime's receivers. So, like, the talent is there. Coach Prime is getting players into the building, but you're only as good as the coaches around you now. At some point, you have to coach. Why do we always talk about Kirk Cignetti? Why do we fear Kirk Cignetti?
Just a phenomenal football coach.
X's and O's. He knows how to coach football. That is his superpower. So for Coach Prime, if you're not on Kirk Cignetti's level when it comes to the X's and O's, you have to put people around you. Now for Robert Livingston.
Yeah.
Shout out Chris Livingston. She used to be my academic advisor.
Shout out.
Robert Livingston.
She deserves a Lifetime Achievement Award.
Keep going. She helped me pass these classes. Here you go. I'm just going to click a button. And for Robert Livingston, the defensive coordinator, I like him. I like his defensive scheme. I think that for Robert Livingston, he needs to get the right people in the building, the right players for his scheme, and something that he's going to have to sit back after the season's over with and decide who's going to be in the position. And then also for the offensive coordinator, Zach, Deion needs to go out there and find a creative, younger offensive coordinator that's hungry, that can be explosive, that can get everybody involved. Pat Shurmur is not it. And he's going to continue not to be it. He is who he is, and it's not good enough. Now, I understand that they may have a good connection and something may be going on in between the two of them, but when your job's on the line, you have to find the right coaching staff that fits you but also fits these young kids that you're bringing in. So Deion Sanders is not going anywhere because of what he has done for this program and what he's going to continue to do. But Deion needs to take a look in the mirror at himself and say, what do I need to do to be a better coach? And also, who do I need to surround myself with? What type of coaches do I need when I know that I'm not good at a certain thing, where I know I need an offensive coordinator that I can rely on and lean on to do his part?
Can I say something that
Please do.
that you're probably not going to like? And I know that Buffs fans, I thought were a prisoner of the moment 2 years ago when it comes to hiring a new offensive coordinator. Dude, they had one. They had one. Sean Lewis was a great hire. It was the best Buffs offense in 20 years, and they fired him because your son couldn't get along with him. Or some version of that.
Yeah.
Some version of that. And now Pat Shurmur's running your offense? Where did Sean Lewis go? Was it San Diego State?
San Diego State.
You want to know what San Diego State's record is right now?
What?
6-1.
6-1.
6-1. You had a good offensive coordinator, but you placated to personality, and he was the chosen one, and you moved on from a really good offensive coordinator, and you hired Pat Shurmur. It was a bad decision then, as I said, and it's aged even worse. And I don't think Deion Sanders is a good football coach when it comes to coaching football, but you made that problem worse when you're not an X's and O's guy, and you hire Pat Shurmur. He's not a good coach. The shine is even coming off of Livingston a little bit here, and he's the strength of the staff. And your pass rush coordinator is most known for kicking over pylons before the game starts.
You and these pylons, man.
So
you and these pylons.
It's just so goofy.
It's like, save the pylons, poor pylons.
they should say, when you lose 56, you should kick the pylons over after the game because you're so upset. But yeah, it's one of these things where it feels like things are unraveling, but that's how it can feel when you lose 53-7 or whatever it was. You can go win a game at home this weekend and sort of make some of these bad vibes go away.
Yeah, calm everybody down a little bit.
Yeah. But if this continues, I do wonder if the shine of Deion Sanders as a recruiter will start to come off. You're below 500 as a coach at Colorado after this weekend. And what's the pitch? What's the pitch rooted in? And he said today, and we'll play some of Deion's audio tomorrow, but he said today, everyone's looking for a quick fix. And it's like, man, that's who you branded yourself as. You were the one that said, all you guys need to leave, I'm bringing in Louis. You're the Portal King. And now it's, hey, man, everyone wants a quick fix. You can't have it both ways.
No, you got to have a little stability. You have to have a couple players that you can rely on that are growing with you. And, of course, you go to the transfer portal, you grab a couple athletes that can make your team even better, and you go from there. But when it's a quick turnaround and you have 40 new different faces where you have to learn their names and half of them you don't probably know, and you know that after the end of this year, half of them are going to go into the transfer portal.
Right.
It's just a lot.
It's a lot. Anybody got a thought behind the glass? Drew Spivak loves the Colorado Buffaloes. Dante, any thought here? He said, we think he loves the Colorado Buffaloes.
Phil, you ain't going to like this.
Here we go.
Any thought there?
Yeah, dude, this Deion thing, the clock's ticking. It's over. It is. We're going to look back. It's Saturday night, and what happened in Salt Lake City as the beginning of the end of the Deion Sanders tenure in Colorado. And it sucks to say that. I loved what Deion has done, but dude, that was on a whole other level of embarrassment Saturday. That took me back to the John Embry days, Carl Durrell days.
Yeah, Carl Durrell days.
I mean, that was brutal to watch. That was the beginning of the end of the Deion Sanders era in Colorado.
Man.
Well, let's ask Drew this tomorrow. He's going to have a change-up.
Well, we'll see.
Drew likes to change up.
I've been saying this is Saturday night. I texted you guys this Saturday night. I was like, this thing's done.
All the way since
he
Saturday.
Also he said it was done, and then he's like, they might go 2-2 to finish the year. No, I think it's way too early to move on from Deion. I think you got to see it out. I mean, you're paying him anyway. Might as well see it out.
Exactly.
But I think there's still room for this to be a 8-9 win team next year. So I think you got to give him one more year, reassess at the end of 2026.
But that's part of the problem is you almost don't even have a choice but to let this play out and just see where this goes. Because what happens after Deion? Who are you going to bring in here?
CU cannot afford to pay him out, the entire staff out, and hire a whole new staff.
Exactly.
Like Deion, I agree. I actually don't think Deion's going anywhere unless the loophole is, hey, physically, I just can't do this anymore, which could happen.
I also think this is not a hiring cycle CU wants to be hiring a coach in.
Good point. They're the have-nots in a field full of haves.
Yeah, because this could be a decent job in any cycle, but not in this cycle. You're not getting, cream of the crop coaches.
No, it's a really good point.
UCLA, Penn State, LSU, Florida.
Yeah. Colorado State.
And that's just right now.
I was being serious. So you laughed at that. That's wow.
Colorado State's not a better job than Colorado.
No, I'm teasing.
Colorado State almost got me right there.
All right. Where are the Broncos popping up on the Tuesday power rankings after putting together 5 straight wins? Also, I think we found the one person who didn't like the Broncos throwback uniforms on Sunday, and I swear you'll never guess who it is. That's next.
The Fan Flyaway is back, presented by 303 Law 4040. Save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. To kick off 2026, Denver Sports 1043 The Fan is sending you to Phoenix for the biggest party in golf. Airfare, hotel tickets, and $500 in spending money, all included. Head to thefanflyaway.com to register. That's thefanflyaway.com. Denver Sports 1043 The Fan.
Cake Mortgage Corp. Equal Housing Lender. NMLS number 1734623. Licensed in Colorado by the Division of Real Estate. Terms and conditions apply. Are your bills keeping you up at night? Imagine using your home equity for a financial reset that helps you to finally get ahead again. At Cake Mortgage, we get it. Life's expensive. Insurance, groceries, and high-interest credit card debt. That's why we created the Cake Fast Cash Home Equity Program. Turn your home into your ATM without touching your existing mortgage rate. Cake Fast Cash is fast. Many clients close in 2 weeks, so call Cake today and pay down high-interest cards, free up cash, or fund home upgrades, and you only pay for what you use. Cake Mortgage. Your fresh-baked fast cash loan is ready to enjoy. Call 720-850-0012. That's 720-850-0012. Or visit cakehome.com.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here for 5280 Exteriors. Big deals on windows and siding. Order in October, finance with them, and pay nothing until November 2027. Be warm for the holidays. Call 5280 Exteriors. Low monthly payments. 5280 Exteriors. The altitude of quality.
All right, guys. Phillip Lindsay here, and I have an obsession I want to talk about, and that's with Daisy's French Onion Dip. One of my guilty pleasures during football season is sitting back, relaxing, eating dips with chips, wings, and veggies while watching any big-time game. And now that Daisy's has come out with a delicious Daisy French Onion Dip, along with a Daisy Ranch Dip, guys, these are definitely game changers that you're going to want to try. They're as delicious as a homemade dip, and they're made with real herbs and spices and other ingredients that you can find in your own kitchen. So if you want to be blown away like I was, then give Daisy's French Onion Dip a try today. You can find Daisy's French Onion Dip at a grocery store near you.
Comcast Business can help turn your small business into a connected, secure, modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How healthcare offices become the data-protecting caregivers that we all depend on. And how wealth management firms become cyber-securing guardians of your information. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, and Wi-Fi backup, your business can stay connected and get threat-ready with Comcast Business. Powering possibilities.
Now through November 16th, new Comcast Business customers can get started with 150 megabit internet plus security for $59.99 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement. Plus, ask how to get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig package. Call today. Restrictions apply. Requires enrollment in paperless billing and auto-pay with bank account. Early termination fee applies. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra.
Hey guys, boy Stink here today by my long-term buddy Troy Hansford. And if you're thinking about selling your house for any reason, now might be the time to sell, still get top dollar. Believe it or not, my guy Troy is still offering his $5,000 guarantee. What is it, you ask? Well, if you can't sell your house at your price on your timeline that you agree upon beforehand, bam, going to cut you a check for $5,000. Who else makes the offer? Nobody I've ever heard of. And he makes that offer because he continues to spend a ton of money marketing his listings, has about 100 families approved and ready to buy right now. And if for any reason you need to sell right away, Troy can buy your house, all cash, and he can close in as little as 7 days. You have a house to sell, Troy probably has that perfect buyer for you right now, waiting for you to pick up the phone and to call him. Call Troy, get your home sold for the most money. That's 720-900-4433, 720-900-4433. Troy Hansford of RE/MAX Professionals, a Colorado licensed broker. Some restrictions do apply. You want to sell your house? Then call my buddy Troy, 720-900-4433.
Point Pios! Denver Volleyball is having a record-setting year so far. Don't miss the action in Hamilton Gym this season. Check out Denver Volleyball at DenverPioneers.com. Pick a match, grab some friends, and cheer on the Pioneers. We are affordable and fun. We are Denver's home for college sports.
You've got your whole life ahead of you, so choose a Medicare plan you can count on. And that's what you get with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. With more than 45 years' experience serving its members, United Healthcare has plans with low monthly premiums that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today. United Healthcare Medicare plans. It's Medicare coverage Colorado can count on.
Catch Telestrator Tuesday weekly on Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, where Stink or Stoke dive into the past weekend's games with a coach's eye, using insights into what went right and wrong on critical plays. Telestrator Tuesdays, powered by Colorado Credit Union. Love where you live, love where you bank.
Stay up to date on the Broncos with our 9 News Broncos insider Mike Kliss, presented by Fitness Gallery. Hear the latest from every practice and every game every single week during football season. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
All right, final segment here on a Tuesday. Really fun show. Appreciate you guys being here. Before we jump into our final topic, got to tell you the Fan Flyway is back thanks to 303 Law 4040. This time we're sending a lucky listener and a guest to Phoenix in February for the biggest party in golf. You get 2 tickets to Saturday's round at TPC Scottsdale, round trip airfare for 2 from Denver, 2 nights hotel stay, and $500. For more information and to register, head to thefanflyway.com. If you entered one of our previous Flyway contests, you're already registered for this one. Once you sign up for one Flyway, you're entered for all future Flyways. All right, power rankings come out on Tuesday, and it's just more fun looking at this stuff if you look at it at all. When your football team's winning, and that's the case here in Denver, Colorado, ESPN now has the Broncos inside of the top 10 after last week having them at 11. CBS Sports has the Broncos as the 6th team in the NFL. Sports Illustrated has them all the way up to 4th after leaving them outside the top 10 a week ago. That was the biggest jump of any team in the league. And then Pro Football Talk had them as the 5th best team in pro football. What is Phillip Lindsay's power ranking of the Denver Broncos right now?
I mean, the Denver Broncos, they're 6-2. They're heating up. Offensively, they look like they're turning the corner. We know that they have a strong defense, although PS2 is going to miss a couple games. Hopefully 2 or 3, not 4. But if so, we have to hold it down for them. I'm going to put them at 6. Number 6 right there. They're moving up. I think when I had this at the beginning, it was I had them at 5. I was really bullish on them. And then I moved down to 8. And now I have them right there at 6, where it's like they're there. They're one of the most complete teams as of right now, other than, was it the Patriots that are hot, that have a win streak going?
Yeah. Patriots have a 5-game win streak, and they're 6-2 in first place of the AFC East.
Yeah, and nobody wants to play the Denver Broncos. Nobody, especially if you have to play them on the road here with the mile high and the altitude. So number 6 for me, Zach.
You want to know what's so impressive about New England? And I would have New England ahead of the Broncos at this point.
Would you?
I would. New England, you know what their record is on the road? 4 wins, 0 losses.
Oh, so they're undefeated.
Undefeated on the road with a second-year quarterback who looks, Drake May looks fantastic. And they also have a better point differential than the Broncos. So I'd have them right there at 7. So just right next to you.
So you have New England ahead of them, which is like, wow, I didn't see that coming. What about the Chiefs? The Chiefs look good. They're starting to heat up.
The Chiefs look really good. The Chiefs look really good. And that defense and that offense is coming to life in a way that I was hoping that we would not see. The last 3 weeks they have scored 28 points, 31 points, and 30 points. The game that they lost was to Jacksonville, where they scored 28. Game before that, they scored 37. So you're talking about 28 points or more for 5 consecutive weeks, 30 or more for 3 consecutive weeks, 30 or more in 4 of the last 5. I mean, they're figuring it out. They are waking up. Yeah, I want to talk more about that tomorrow with you, just the division and where things stand in the division. We can have that conversation on a Wednesday. Also, my favorite guest of the year, okay, that doesn't join us regularly. We love James Palmer. We love Brandon Marshall, but like a guest who is not a regular, Sean Pendergrast from 610 down in Houston is one of the best sports talk radio hosts in the entire country. And he loves coming on The Fan here in Denver. And we have a great long-standing relationship outside of these hits. And he'll be on with us tomorrow in the final hour. You're not going to want to miss that. Also, Sean Payton. How much does Sean Payton love the uniforms? Not so much. He actually said that he didn't wear them on purpose. It was the wrong color combination. So while everyone loves the throwbacks, this is what Sean Payton said about them.
Make no mistake about it, I'm probably the biggest fan of the throwback sweats, colors, and I listen. I wanted desperately to wear it. I just hate the match with the navy bottoms. So we need to work on getting a lighter blue slack, or even I'd sport an orange slack if it was the right color.
How about that? Sean Payton.
He's a stylist.
Stylist.
Stylist. He loves his clothes, his shoes. He wasn't putting that on.
That's unbelievable.
Did it match?
He was the one guy who came out. You can't make that up. That is classic Sean Payton.
I love the colors. I'm just not going to wear them.
Right. But please believe me, I love them so much. Just not putting it on. All right, we're going to leave it there for now. Big thanks to Dante Gomez and Drew Spivak behind the glass. We step aside. It's Denver Sports Tonight with Marcello Romano and Dante Gomez coming up next.
With 3 touchdowns from R.J. Harvey, the first career score for Pat Bryant, and a key interception from Jahdae Barron, the Broncos rookie class was on fire against the Cowboys. Is Denver's young class peaking at just the right time? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
No, it's not too soon to start holiday shopping. Ulta Beauty's early Black Friday event is happening now through November 22nd. Shop $10 beauty minis from brands like MAC and Too Faced. Take 30% off Lancome and Touchland fragrances and body mists. With new offers dropping every week, our associates can help you find the perfect gifts. Head into Ulta Beauty today to shop our early Black Friday event. Ulta Beauty. Gifting happens here.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas.